Fire it up.
Shit, I wasn't ready.
Hello! Welcome to Zaxria. We are Knights at the Not So Round Table. That kind of was weird. Knights. It kind of sounds like it's K-N-I when I say
We
Knights.
can change it.
Isn't it
We might
always...
have to. We might have to rebrand at some point.
Rebranding. Unfollow this
Anyways, speaking of following, we are still doing that giveaway at 75. So if you are following currently, you are already initially, like, just put in it right away. We're going to give, like, pre-order. It's on pre-order right now. But the book, when it comes, will be shipped to you. If you follow. You have to be following the Twitch and the Twitter in order to be notified. The new D&D adventure book, Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden.
You're here, you don't understand.
So our recent follower, Gore Cannon, thank you for following. Just make sure you're following the Twitter as well, so that way you can be notified of when we are announcing the winner. Other than the giveaway, I don't think we really have anything to get into, so we're just going to dive right into some Dur and Dur.
Oh, shit.
So, last we left off, you guys began planning as best you could.
Preparations.
Preparations are pretty much what the rhythm is right now. You guys had left the northern part of Venore, where you had a encounter with Razix, who is this necromancer, or was this necromancer, in this temple of Yorina, which is this place that is very, very old and ancient and is dedicated essentially to necromancy and death and the undead. Yorina, you discovered, is the goddess of death, who is daughter to Erebos, and pretty much just really, really bad in general. And you guys discovered some things that are also really, really bad down there. A lot of talk of the culling, which you can see there are a lot of portals within Zaxria that are directly connected to layers of the 9 hells. There are 5 that you know of now. You were informed of them just last session when you went to Arcanoria in order to read a little bit more on the 9 hells. Skip and Connor, you guys both went. Skip, you had accompanied him to the place. When you got there, reading into the 9 hells, you discovered 2 more locations. Correct me if I'm wrong, but one to the eastern side, or not to the eastern side. The eastern side is where
Eastern side of the Brimshire Mountains.
right, and then there's one in Southbrook, if I'm not mistaken, in one of the islands.
Yep.
But you discovered 2 new locations on top of the 3 that you had previously already known. 2 of which you've already been to. There's one that you're just currently missing that you haven't been to yet. But you started to try to formulate some sort of a plan, discussed amongst yourselves while back at the estate now. And before going to the estate, or after actually being at the estate, Connor had went to Arcanoria and spoke with the Magisterium Edrixier, who had discussed an individual by the name of Indrelzelia, who is this cosmological astral dragon that resides in the astral sea and pretty much channels the arcane magic into some portion of Zaxria. You found that there are different elements of which this arcane resides and exists, and Edrixier had explained to you that he was once a prophet of Ephiel and could see into the future, and fell from... Yeah, you missed a lot, man. You missed a lot. And discovered that he had lost his sight, his actual sight, being able to see in front of him, but didn't lose the ability to see into the future. He prayed over and over to Ephiel to try to regain his sight, but never did, and turned to arcane magic instead and restored it in that way. He told you about a future that exists without magic that eventually turns into chaos, the magic being untamed and all over the place, the world pretty much breaking and shattering. He explained to you that this was in part of the astral dragon becoming mad, Indrelzelia becoming furious with the way that things are on Zaxria. What infuriates him is strange to you, but you're not sure why. There are assumptions as to why, but essentially it is that there is no longer people of that arcane source of magic being born and put into the world anymore. So he feels, it seems, that there's no reason to keep doing so. You found that there is a way to get there. You can get there quite easily as long as when you go back, they'll bring you. But you are pretty much the only one that can go and try to speak with this astral dragon and reason with it. When you get there, what lies ahead of you while you're there is completely unknown, but they also told you that you have time. They said to just make sure that you are able to go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't die before you go, essentially. You then made your way to the estate. All of you at the estate are doing prep work, essentially. Moldrak's learning more about blacksmithing. It seems that Ander, along with Azrael, are making plans for cannons to be outfitted on your ship. The crew themselves are in this little bit, being Ajasa and the rest of the Bengaran crew, are all getting stuff prepared as best they can, tidying up the ship, making sure things are all good to go. Zarbrax is training along with Neris, each doing their own things. For the most part, it's very calm. You guys are in this very, very middle ground of trying to figure out what to do next. You have a plan, or some sort of a plan, or several plans on a list, but you seem to be ready to head in a direction to start moving things along, or spending a session relaxing and prepping even more until you feel comfortable to go do whatever it is you must do. Now, within the estate, the next day upon you, everybody has returned, rested, your spell slots, hit points restored, any other features, whatever it may be. You are recharged, well rested, and well fed. The homunculi here that are picking up, there seems to be some sort of a breakfast being made. You can smell what appears to be some sort of like a pork-like meat. There's also like a potato with some seasoning on it that you can smell. Make your way down into the dining room. Ajasa is the only one that you can see sitting here at the table. You guys all make your way down and take seats. The food starts getting brought in. There are like these rolling cart things that the homunculi have. There's like 2 at the bottom that are like pushing it. Some flying around on it. They're grabbing the plates and moving them over to you. You are now seated at the table to discuss your next steps.
It says the next day.
Yes.
Alright, I get a roll on my Sunfire form.
Okay.
22. That's a success.
There you go. How many more? 3?
Yeah, 3 more weeks.
Good luck. Well, I think we have a plan. I think we're just going to have to take a little more time to make the cannons and outfit the ship.
What was the total points for those? I said 30 for each.
30?
So it's...
I thought it was 10.
No, it was 30.
Maybe here a while.
Yeah. So it's 5. But we did state that you were able to, if 2 people were working on it each day,
yeah.
you know, like he could make a roll towards it, you can make a roll towards it, or another day where like Anders probably helping with some form of a mechanism, the 2 of you could make rolls towards it. So essentially it's like 2 of you a day working on it, as long as you're dedicating, you know, the time to do so. Per the things of it, like 4 hours is 1 roll at disadvantage, 8 would be as many as you can, equal to like your Constitution modifier rounded down or whatever. So you can put quite a bit of time into it as long as you're working on it very vigilantly.
In the meantime, Connor can't really help with the crafting and blacksmithing part of the duties.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to go out into the back. He's going to continue training for his form.
Okay.
So he's just going to like read into the book. And I'm guessing like in the book there's probably some sort of different ways to like a step-by-step guide almost of like starting the spell.
Okay.
So he's gonna just work through it and learn how to get into it. Like he'll sit there, read through the book, and he'll try to, you know, he'll have like a firebolt start in like both his hands and slowly start to climb up his arms, and then it'll just fizzle out, or he'll fuck up and jump in the water.
Right. Yeah. You do practice, and you can tell that there's definitely a stronger connection during the day. Like you feel that this is the best time for you to try and achieve this spell the best way you could with the sun being out. It's nice and nice and warm out today. It's probably like mid 70s if that, but it's warmer than it has been.
Nice sea breeze.
Yeah.
Caw, caw.
Probably do breakfast, work 9 to 9.
Same.
Go see your homunculus for lunch.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah, that's the plan for
After what he was told to him at 10 of F, that's all he's gonna do.
the foreseeable
I
days.
need a steam whistle for you guys.
The cannon currently,
Lunchtime.
you said you're at about a 5 on it, right? So that is pretty much you describing the plans. You have set it up. You are ready to start forging it and creating it into whatever it is. Ander made a mold for the cannon itself, so you're gonna have to figure out some way to melt down the metal and cast it into the mold itself. Moldrak did tell you that he'd be able to help you if needed, but you also knowing that you could probably dedicate the actual body of the cannon being made to somebody else while you begin on the framework, some sort of firing mechanism within it. You know that it's going to be very simple compared to how your weapon works. Compared to the creation you just made, like your current project that you just finished, this will be pretty easy. It's just going to be
Fireball cannon.
having more help to do so, because you're having to pour the metal, create the frame, the mechanism, making sure everything's like ready to go. And it also dawns on you that you probably don't have any ammunition for it, so you're probably going to have to create that as well.
We'll just put random stuff in there.
All of
fire
our
anything out of a
silverware.
cannon.
All of our
Grab
silverware.
Ander.
A plate cannon.
So it's up to you what you want to do.
opposed to this.
But you know that you're ready to start like going in whatever direction you want it to be casted.
a
You're
cool
not sure where the mold is.
Card throws you can do
I'll
in
probably
there.
do the technical
looks
stuff
pretty
while having other people do
This
the
guy.
monotonous
Also true.
labor part of it.
It'd be cool till I died, though.
I kind of fall into waters like hitting concrete.
I have like 2 more days before I can craft skillfully, so I'm gonna have to do that first. And then I can start filling the mold and making the barrel. $88. 4 more points.
Good stuff.
You even
Nice.
have like powder and stuff.
I got gunpowder.
Ander had some at some point, but
You fill the water scan with it.
Nope, I did an even bigger explosion for the portal and
Yep.
um,
49 points.
That was all of it, wasn't it?
I know where to get some.
you probably know how to create some. It's just a matter of like
Sulfur
actually having
inflated.
the actual material to create it.
Probably not here.
You're starting to realize that
Like
there's
an
a lot of
alchemical
stuff that also
substance.
needs to be done. But it's good. You like that there is work to be done, something to keep your mind off of where your thoughts are going. And you're probably not really sure where stuff is, but you'd probably be very knowledgeable of where you'd be able to get gunpowder. You could definitely find some stuff within a mountain range in order to start creating it.
Shit.
And you do know that you probably wouldn't need like a full-on workshop in order to really create the gunpowder aspect of it. It'd just be having, the ammo and the weapon, and then, some sort of way to project it would be the gunpowder.
Valadeo is like at the base of the mountains, right? Or is it in them?
The what?
The port?
Oh, yeah. It's like very far, like southeastern side of the mountain range.
Doesn't do what he can now, I guess.
Alrighty.
Any checks you want?
Yeah, so we'll just do the crafting check using your dexterity modifier.
Just dex?
Yes. Well, plus your proficiency, so d20 plus proficiency plus dex.
20.
20. Alright. So that is... I'm gonna have to have this open. 'Cause it seems like we're going to be doing some crafting. For some reason, my shit.
If you guys need any help, you can ask me. I'm not gonna be helpful with anything, but I can do stuff. Nonetheless.
I'm pretty good at holding stuff.
Well,
I'm pretty good at holding stuff.
Yep.
I'm decently
Keeping it
okay
from
at
moving.
holding stuff.
Holding it if it's on fire.
Okay. Got it. Get it, bud.
I can see.
Okay, so 23
Strength master.
crafting points.
How much?
3.
3?
I thought you said 23.
Yeah, 23. Add 23 on. He said it.
Hey, we almost got a cannon already.
If you're working on everything for the day, if you said you're putting in like the whole 8 hours, you can make
12.
maximum of 8 hours. If you okay, wait. Here we go.
It's your overtime rules.
OT.
Time and a half points.
Yeah.
So you make a number of checks equal to half your Constitution modifier rounded down. Probably should have added some in there. We'll say.
Yeah, I should have taken.
So if you
Upgrade
try
to
to
your
work
con.
past the 8 hours, we're all still working through this. So if you try to work another, if you try to make another check more than whatever your half Constitution modifier rounded down is, so does this make sense so far? So like if you can only do 2 and then you try to do a third,
My score is +3, so that's only 1.
okay.
Wait, is it the score in hours? Wait.
It's just like a
Checks.
number of checks. So it's 8 hours allows you to do a number of checks equal to half your Constitution modifier rounded down. So if it's only 3, like you're only gonna be able to make a maximum of 2 if you have 5. So if you want to work more, then I just say that you just make a excuse me, my nose. Make a Constitution check prior to doing so. And then if you fail, set the DC to like 10 for the first one, 15 for the second, and then 20 the third, and then it just keeps going up by 5. If you fail, you just suffer a point of exhaustion because you're just fucking tired.
Alright.
You can do it.
Save or check?
Save.
11.
11. Okay, so you can make another check. You just have to make sure you do the check beforehand. That way, in case you get exhausted, you're at disadvantage for your check. So you'd be able to do it. It's just going to be harder.
Another 20.
Okay, so
Can you
3
lose
more
points?
Yeah, yeah. So if you are crafting and you get a 1 through 9, you get like a no progress on it.
Ooh.
And if you get a no progress, 3 of them results in loss of all progress and materials because you damage it essentially.
Yikes. Be careful, boys.
Or actually, no progress. 3 consecutive no progress or loss of all materials. Damaged is a natural 1, where all progress is lost and half of the materials are destroyed. So there is definitely
It's a dangerous game. Gotta know how to craft.
You doing the 1 extra, or are you trying to do more?
To craft.
Oh, well, that's 2, so.
Yeah, if you do another one
I'll just go
beyond
back
that.
to this auction house
15
and buy some
con?
more rats.
Yes.
Alright.
Well, it's going for
It's a natural 20, take it?
It's the only
That's
time
the
we
rule.
take them.
That was a bad
Rule.
idea. Resources,
It's 25.
crafting,
Nice.
and Zaxria.
14.
14. 1 crafting point.
Take my book on Romeo
Mm-hmm.
and the herbalism book, and I go in the temple.
We'll do
Sit
one
there,
more.
read both.
Wood cutting. You got a wood cutting book.
That's right. That
That's a 10. So it's exhaustion.
it's not.
Yes.
He has a.
I still get
That's
it.
right.
Elk
So it's a
meat
point of
book.
exhaustion, but you're at disadvantage because you have disadvantage on ability checks.
Both.
13.
13. I think another 1 crafting point.
I think I got both mine for free.
You got yours from the teacher, didn't you?
The herbalism book, I think.
81.
For your
wood
right, okay. A1, that is 4 points gained.
How many did I need? 50, right?
Yeah, 50 for to be able to use the tools in the skill, like to be skilled in your crafting, and then when you get 100 points, you get proficiency with the tools. And then at
And you gotta make sure you're doing
50,
the
you get expertise.
10 gold a day, or whatever it is.
Double proficiency.
Yeah, it's 200.
Yeah,
He gave me 200 for it.
Alright. Good for the day? Alright.
Yep.
At this point, you have a pretty good start on everything. You are pretty confident that if you spend probably like a day, maybe 2 more, that you will be able to have 1 cannon completed as so long as the blacksmithing side of it is done, and he's able to forge it properly.
Make no promises.
There's the chance that that breaks and does not properly work. You continue to work throughout the day. You work through and don't actually eat. It kind of makes you feel a little like nauseous. You start to get a little bit of a headache. You realize that the sun was up when you started and it is no longer up. You feel tired. Kind of feel at the back of your neck and can feel that it's starting to kink a little bit. You roll your shoulders and you don't even really grab anything to eat. You just head up to the bed and pass right out.
The hammock.
All right. In the book, you did your check already for the day for that, for your wood carving stuff.
Yep. And then the whole rest of the day I'm praying.
All right. Make a intelligence check for me.
I'm not very good at these. It's a 1.
That dice is against you today.
Don't really.
It really is.
It's hard for you to kind of really focus right now. You're
That metal die don't like
on
me
the
today.
wood carving side of it, but you start to read in the book of Ramiel, but you start reading things that you've read before and nothing's really clicking, so you just go to your prayer book and spend time in the temple. Zarbrax walks in here a couple of times and like peeks his head in, and then when you turn around he just like walks out and leaves. But you guys finish a good amount of stuff for the day. The next day occurs. The point of exhaustion goes away, obviously, from sleeping. And if you want to do the same thing again, you're more than welcome to. You're doing your final check, hopefully, to get the full proficiency.
86.
86, alright.
280s in a row.
53 points.
53, that makes you skilled with things.
84.
You get 4 on top of yours. Make sure you spend the 10 gold.
Can I try to get started with the cannon today, or do I have to wait until tomorrow?
You can sure try if you want to. So you have skilled now.
Yep.
Skilled with good equipment, so you'd need anywhere from actually skilled with great equipment, so anywhere from 0 to 90%.
Okay.
So when you make your crafting check, though,
Do I do that first?
no, you do the percentage roll first.
Okay.
So that's just
Water
you attempting
vehicles.
at the day to try to create whatever it is.
Like to get it started?
Right. If you're not able to do so, then you just have to forfeit the day for crafting. Like you're not able to.
Just randomly use crossbows.
87. That was
87.
close, but
87.
still-
Yeah, you're good. It's within the 90s, so you can make a check. You can just do a D20.
I think.
This is going to be with your strength. You don't
Okay.
have your proficiency though, because you're not proficient with the tools yet.
I'm gonna use enhance ability on myself before I make the check.
Okay.
For full strength.
All right.
To avoid getting lost at sea.
18.
That's why this guy's the
18.
man.
All right, so that is 2 more points towards the cannon, as the base of it is essentially being created right now. What's the cannon at currently?
15.
15. Okay,
Didn't
so
know you had navigator tools, but I
the-
picked you. I'm nuts.
body of it you can see is in the mold that Ander created. It's not very big. It's a pretty good size. I'd say it's probably about 3.5 to close to 4 feet.
Okay.
The mold is. It's not like this big old 5-foot huge piece. But when you go over to the forge, you spend a good amount of the day trying to make sure that you get it right and don't fuck up the metal. And you realize that it's a lot easier actually to work with more metal than it is a lot smaller amount of it. You realize that the heat is tolerated a lot better. It's a lot easier to manage the temperature of the metal itself to get it to a point where you want to get it. You're able to get it all in the forge. You put probably a good 40 or so bars of iron and a little bit of ore in there to just melt it all down to one vat of liquid, and then pour it into this mold. You watch it start to kind of go in. There's a couple of times where you're finding yourself, you're just on one side of this, pulling it, moving it yourself, adjusting it, so it's a very taxing on your arms, but you're strong enough to be able to pour it in and get it all nice and smooth and leveled in there, and enough to fill the mold itself. On both sides, it eventually kind of clicks into itself, and then you clamp it down and get it all set up to where it's just setting at this point.
Okay.
You put a little bit of air in there at sometimes to try to cool it more. The clay itself is just sitting very good. You're looking around to make sure nothing's like pouring out of the sides or like breaking and the clay's not falling apart. It seems like a functional mold for the time being.
We're not using that.
Yeah, that thing's okay. I would like move it, but I'll wait.
It's cool.
It's okay.
It's fine.
We're not going to be using it anytime soon.
Damn.
Throw it away.
And you guys got a lot
Throw
of
it
shit
away.
you want to do?
That's true.
We
We have a lot
can.
of stuff to do.
Get rid of it. We don't need
We
it.
want to put it on there?
Sell it.
Very easy.
Yeet it out the window.
Somebody want a camera?
You so focused on giving this camera away.
Don't want it. Fuck that camera.
All right.
Adamant about it.
19.
If we had some added
First
game
one.
time, that'd be
First
pretty
one.
sweet.
Okay. 19 is 2 points. What'd you get for yours? 80 something, right?
Yeah, I already
Oh,
paid
you gotta put it down.
24.
Nice.
So I have to make a con for the second one, right? Because I can only make one.
Yep, and it's DC 10 again.
Natural 20.
All right.
10.
For the check, it's 1 crafting point. Dink.
Better than 0.
True.
Con check. That's a natural one.
Oof. All right, so you have exhaustion, so your roll is just at disadvantage.
23.
Next day.
That's right. All right, 3 points.
And that took a lot out of him, so he's going to eat,
All right.
chill.
Yep.
Good job on the cannon.
Reading over
Excuse
the
me.
Ramiel book and shit again. Same thing.
All right, you make your way into the kitchen and can see Moldrek in there, like scarfing down food. He slides a plate over towards you, and you just like plump down in front of it and start to eat.
Probably have to stop at Fort Valadeo when we go around.
Okay.
I need to visit the mountains for some resources.
Okay. Well, is it expensive?
Shouldn't be too bad.
Okay.
Just looking for the raw materials. So, on the journey up there, cans won't really be in use.
Okay. Well, hopefully we don't run into any ships where we need them.
Hopefully not.
I think we can handle it either way, but... Alright, I'll keep it in mind.
How long are you guys
Oh, shit.
guessing the rest of this will take?
When did he get here?
It's dinner time.
Is it?
I said you guys are eating.
Oh,
Probably have the first one done maybe tomorrow.
next few days, yeah.
I get a burst of energy.
Tomorrow, day after,
At
and
least the day after, at the least.
we're doing a second one?
Next one should be a little quicker.
Okay.
Mold.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so maybe another week and a half?
Do we have to like mount these things to the ship, or are they
They're
gonna?
just on wheels.
Okay.
And they're probably going to be braced by something because
Yeah,
it's going to be a lot of kickback.
put blocks.
That would be cool though if you just shot them and they rolled and they fucking rolled back. I'm just imagining it.
That's the crew's job.
Yeah.
Fire away!
I'll be the brace for the cannons.
Just standing behind him.
Ajasa being in here as well. So, is there anything you would like us to do in the meantime to prepare? food for a journey if it's going to be long. We can go into town or wherever it may be, try to find things in the next couple of days. The rest of everyone else is getting everything prepared. The ship should be good to go whenever you are. They're all out there right now. They've kind of just been working on it day in and day out to try to make sure everything is good. Everything looks fine. No damages,
to, like,
nothing.
take it for like a test sail, just like
We sure can if you would be more comfortable
make
with
sure
that.
it doesn't
knowing.
sink.
But I'm sure we will need, if you're planning on being at sea for a while, some provisions.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd recommend probably for all of us anywhere from 250 to 300 gold worth of food.
Okay.
150 would be enough supply for a long journey, but I'd say to double it would be the best option.
We can make food.
It's pretty bland. I don't want it.
It's food.
That'll be like the last resort.
We just made like 900 gold last session.
That's true. Have we paid you guys recently?
You have not actually, but
How much is it? I don't remember.
we're not worried about that right now. We are with you. We have our loyalty.
Here's 400 gold. Go get some
Living in
good
our
food.
house for free.
Sounds
crazy.
good. I will do so. I'll take
so
Solog with me.
Alright.
It's the
Streetla and Yiko will be in the ship.
the ship been inspected thoroughly.
They've been doing that the last couple of days. There hasn't been anything alarming, but if anything comes up, we will let you know. If any repairs need to be made, we'll do them before we leave.
So we'll make sure the hull integrity's good.
We'll do.
Ready to do a rock real quick.
This is
Thanks.
What?
I'm psychopath.
Anything else you need me to get while I'm out?
I don't know.
Shore.
You guys need anything?
They got Arnold
Parchment?
Palmer in this world. A couple of those might be down.
Ink,
Nice.
quill, and parchment.
Ink, quill, parchment. Okay, yes.
How are we gonna be on supplies when all these are done?
Oh,
yeah.
like
do
the
we need
cannons?
more?
Yeah.
Do we need more metal?
Yeah, like I said, you're probably gonna have to deplete like all of your iron to create the cannons.
Both of them.
Yes, both of
Okay.
them. You'll probably only have like I think I said like 8 bars left.
Do we
when you're
know
done with
like
the
average
cannons.
price for metal bars?
Yeah, we do actually because I have them on here.
It's okay, because we can go to the iron depths while we're up here.
Average price for an iron bar is a gold for 1 pound. Like
How are
like
we still
a
gonna
bar
get the iron?
itself, one gold piece per bar.
How are we getting the iron?
Easy. First off, we can breathe underwater.
Okay.
That's checked.
What have my bolts been made out of?
I have a
Iron
Your
Iron
bullets
That's
primarily
jumped out
like
there.
either some sort of an iron
the scuba
or like a
divers.
steel alloy.
I don't know how we're getting it back.
I'd manage to just
Time to
spend
do a
whatever
boat.
you
Or I'll climb
get your
up the
hands
anchor
on
line.
at the time
Who's
to create
quantity?
it.
That might work.
I was probably gonna have him get some more metal bars.
Yeah, climb up the anchor
Well,
line.
I imagine those rifle ones would probably be steel.
Yeah.
Maybe iron balls for the
If
revolver.
If we're
yeah.
going to, I mean, we could have them sail to that port if it's by the mountains. They might have iron bars more readily available
Yeah, but
than around here.
we
What room is
It's
it?
most-
we can't forge
Valid
our own
hell.
ship.
It's like the
No, I
southeastern side
mean
of
they
Berkshire.
go and pick them up.
Oh. Oh, you mean like the port down south up here?
No, the one he's talking about the one at the
Which
part of
one's
the mountains.
closer?
Over here.
Right there.
That one is?
Yeah.
So
We're like over here, right?
Oh.
I think he can go here. I mean, that's in the mountains, right? So,
Hopefully. I mean, we are going to be gone for, or we're going to be working for like another week. So.
yeah. I mean, like they could just take the ship for like a test sail,
Yeah, that's true.
pick them up. If you want, one of us could go
He's
with
marking
them.
all the ports with dots.
There we go. That's actually a good idea.
There's the house.
It's probably much easier to carry the bags on.
but this is
That is actual size.
Thank goodness.
Yep.
state
We never knew.
Port Valhall,
Okay.
Creed, Vistula,
Right.
and Room.
Almost like smack
Man,
dab
you
in the
forget the
middle
one
of
on
two.
the Zaj?
Oh, the rest of them.
It's right there.
Damn.
Yeah, the one to the north is
It's
closer.
all Bengaran.
Where's the Southbrook one, dude?
Yeah, fuck that place.
Southbrook itself is a port.
Fuck
Yeah.
that
Where's the
place, dude.
fucking? Where's the Iceland one?
Yeah, that one. We
I
just
don't
kind of wash up on shore.
Yeah, you don't go there.
We
You
need a
get
dinghy.
shipwrecked.
Yeah.
We need a dinghy.
It's just all rocks. It's all rocks.
That's what I'll
Glaciers.
do with my woodworking, dude. I'll make a dinghy.
Already.
Yeah. I can
Oh,
finish
but-
this
We need parkas.
first mold tomorrow, and then
Yeah.
I could head up there, the mountains with them, I guess.
Do you want to go get the stuff with them?
There's kind of some specific things that I don't know if
I mean,
shops are going to be carrying.
I can start working on the second one, but I don't know if I understand the mechanisms.
Oh yeah, I got 2 days
I'm-
worth of oak
I
wood.
could probably do that for
Right.
you.
Okay, we can build the second one while you go get the metal and the
Draw some plans.
whatever it is. Powder?
Some like compounds, yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so in the morning, we'll set sail with you. Me and Solog can go with you. I'll leave Tritla and Nico here to do whatever it is that needs to be done around here. And I think we should be good.
Okay.
You say sail on the ship with 2 people?
Got a plan.
This guy's a savage. That's,
He's the best sailor in
he's
the world.
better than me. I'm just gonna give him his ship back. It's his now.
They can be I think they can get this first one done before I go.
A good amount of confidence in
Wake
it.
up early.
Right.
You just have to leave them
come
with
back
plans,
and
but
it's
I'd imagine
ruined.
they're probably just in the workshop.
Somehow both cannons are ruined when you get back. You're like, we already had that one
It is
finished.
possible.
Like, we were trying
There's
to
a-
look at it to
there's
build
a
the
chance.
second one, and we broke it.
So,
Try to
the
take it
cannon
apart and
itself,
put it back together.
however you would like it to work, that is up to you. But they're not normal cannons; they are repeating cannons. So they're not. Yeah, they're not.
Is
your
there like a
normal-
loader for cannonballs?
Yes, essentially,
Oh,
like however you'd want it to be. There has to be
So
some sort of like loading
Top
mechanism
down.
to drop them in.
It's like a bowling alley.
And then
Just
the
look at
mechanism-
this. Here,
drop it
let
in.
me give you an example of what it looks like with
Slide
a
it,
picture
put it
that
in
I
the
have.
rack
there
and
you
then
go.
It's like
drop the rack
like a
in and then
slide
pull it
like
out.
that, just like a
There
bowling.
you go. That's how it works then. So you know that it's pretty complicated to create the actual mechanism. Attaching it to the body is a little bit of a piece of work too. You could probably dedicate like 4 hours of your morning to finish it. That way you can
Is
be
that
confident
is
that
that
it's easy to
last
do.
part something that can be done without the forge?
The
Like the mechanism part.
yeah, it's just like a
Okay.
lot of.
So we
like,
could do
gears and
that.
stuff.
We could do that part on the ship. I can make all the components and then we can just assemble them on the ship.
Yeah, the mechanism to kind of drop it with like the gate is just gears and whatever it may be, but it's easily made. So the cannon works, you know, we're not all fucking engineers, but we can, in our minds, imagine however we'd want it to be created.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you have some form of a gate where there's like something that loads everything in, it's up to you guys. But like I said, just to remind you, they are repeating cannons, so there's a lot of shit that goes into it.
All right.
We'll figure out the logistics of the actual cannon itself later. Make like a little cardboard or something. But you guys find rest unless there's anything else you want to do. Good plan set for tomorrow. Morning comes and you can do as you wish.
You need money?
He needs money.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna need money.
You gave them 400 gold, so
That's
they can
all the
get
money.
food and his paper and quill and whatever.
Let's give this guy that we met, what, like 6 months ago, all of our
We
money.
should probably get what?
And
how
our
much,
ship.
How much iron did we use so far? How many bars?
Quite a bit. I mean, you were outfitted with like pretty close to like 200 pounds of just iron and like
Okay,
iron
so you
ore.
think like
200 more bars?
It's like 200 gold.
Okay. Here's for the money for the bars. I don't know what the powder's gonna cost. But
So
we
he's
should
not
probably.
giving you any gold for the
Probably
power?
No, I mean, tell me how much you need. I don't know how much it's worth.
With your like
say with it,
experience of
probably
like
about 500.
traveling around, for the most part, you're able to get like charcoal to create the gunpowder. You're able to find some sort of sulfurous material that can be ground up with it. It's just finding like the saltpeter that is the difficult part. That's just going to be up to you, like if they have it or if they don't have it.
I mean, if it was likely a place, the mountains would probably be it, or the desert.
Tell you what, we need to go to the ice place, dude. This kid's gonna carve a boat.
What?
Yeah, I'm gonna make a dinghy for
You're
the
gonna
big boat.
freeze solid
I'm gonna make a dinghy for the big boat.
out of
Alright.
ice?
No,
Oh, you're gonna
out of
woodwork.
wood.
Well, you said go to the ice place. So I'm like,
Yeah,
you
so we
found
don't have
like
to go
the
anywhere near the
saltpeter
shore.
component of it. It's just kind of like this crusty like material you find on like walls or inside of caves or whatever it may be. So you know that if they don't have it, it'll take probably like a 2.5 hour trip or whatever to go into the mountains and find it, and then make your way down.
So I'll do a little bit of work before leaving.
So if you do, let me see, I gotta pull this up. So you're gonna finish it before you leave,
I won't be able to finish it. But
or at least start on it. So if you work 2 hours, you can make 1 check at disadvantage. You work for at least 4 hours, you can make 1 straight roll.
I mean, you could just leave at noon and make the regular check.
so it's a disadvantage and no bonuses.
So if you work for 2 hours, it's just a disadvantage.
Oh.
But that's like you, just like really quickly going at it. So you roll a normal check, but it's just a disadvantage. And then working for 4 hours, you make like one roll. But it's not a regular, you just add your modifiers and stuff. It's just you're not able to work as much as you would.
I'll do 4 hour shit.
Right. Alright, so you can make 1 check.
Natural 20.
Hey.
Alright, so that gives it 4 points.
How much do we need?
5 more.
5 more? Okay.
And then, +2 to the next roll on that item.
You got
That'll help you guys out.
Like +2 points or +2 to the check?
+2 to the check.
Oh,
That's still good.
yeah, I guess. Okay, so in the morning I'm gonna, while he's working on the can, I'm gonna do
First
my
round.
regular training for the day.
Okay.
So we don't have to go on your shore.
Oh, 3? I think that's 1 point. I don't know.
Let me see.
Do you have it open? I have it, I think.
Yeah, it's 1.
1? That's fine. 54. Okay, so I just make a D20 check.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Trying to see. Okay. Alright, so you are doing what now?
Trying to finish the rest of the cannon.
Okay. That portion would probably be Anders doing.
Oh, okay.
Because it is attaching the mechanism to the actual thing.
Can I start the next
Yeah, I was
barrel?
gonna say you can start the next,
Okay.
like, body of it, the barrel. So, I forgot to have you doing this, but you gotta try to make, like, percentage roll before your actual check. It's just like if you're working throughout the day. The percentage roll is like you being successful and being able to create whatever it is. But 0 to 90, I'm sure you'd have pretty
Oh,
good
do I
odds
make
doing
that?
it. Anytime
For
you
the
make
second
a crafting
body?
check, yeah.
Right,
Anytime
okay.
you make a crafting check.
That's fine.
But if you're working for the 8 hours, you just make 1 percentage roll, and then you can work however many the Constitution is.
Okay.
Just have to get-
93? Of course I failed.
93. Yeah, that's too much.
Alright.
All right, so you're just not able to do that for the day. Ander, if you want to finish out the cannon, percentage roll first. Anywhere from 0 to 90, and you're good.
Exactly 90.
Okay. Now
Jesus
roll
Christ.
Or no, it's 9, I think.
a.
I think I did that wrong.
Well, either way, it's
I
fine,
can't.
right?
I don't know this short. Whatever. I'm throwing those away.
All right, so
Is it the...
your check right now is going
I
to
think it's
be
the single one. Is...
D20 plus proficiency, plus your dex plus 2.
Run that one more time.
D20 plus proficiency plus your dex plus 2.
Allah. Why not? Okay, probably wasn't a good idea.
You got this, you can do math.
22.
Hmm?
22.
22. So that is.
Hey, run me through the proficiency dex plus 2.
Mm-hmm.
So plus 3 points on it.
Huh?
2 more.
2 more. So it's at 28. I was trying to remember what score I gave it. Yeah, so it's at 28 right now. So if you want to, you can do the full 8 hours on the day and just try to finish it out.
Run
But
it.
Your Constitution modifier is what?
15. So
15.
plus 2.
Yeah, so you need to make a Constitution save in order to work through it. Need a 10.
13.
13. Alright, go ahead and make another check.
I don't know why I keep changing the dice. Not plus 2 this time? Or
Not plus 2.
19?
19. Okay, that gives it 2 points.
Ding, 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 ding.
So, you create the cannon. It is appearing to be fully functional. You test the gate mechanism on it to drop all of the rounds in. There's like this secondary barrel, it almost appears, on top that has like a little bit of a almost like bowling ball type reservoir that kind of drops everything into it, but it's faced towards the front, so it just kind of like drops and rolls. You can load like 4 at a time in it, from what it appears, like on the actual barrel itself. Seems like you could get 4 in there. You can drop 4 in the reservoir, but you have to load like 1 into the front manually, because it seems like just the way that it's positioned, it won't fit very, very well. If you were to put the thing at the very top, it'd be extremely top heavy and like pull the whole thing down. So your plans worked very well. Everything seems to be functional. Everything seems to be created well. You have a functioning repeater cannon.
Easy.
The base is well done. The metal itself, you can see, has some spots in it that seem like there are blemishes or like imperfections. You can definitely try to work on them if you want, but it's more of a cosmetic thing than anything. You can tell it's just because you're very new at all of the blacksmithing side of things.
Right.
So, at this point in my woodworking, do you think I could start making something?
You can try at any point. It's just a little more difficult if you're not
Okay.
like skilled with it.
Whoa. DL. Just gonna start making
Oh, can't see it.
that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What's your number at for your
24.
24. You're at 24 right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're trying to get to 50?
Yeah.
All right. So right now, if you were to try to make something, you'd need anywhere from a 0 to 30% to be successful in trying to
0 to 30%?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's the right one. Alright. I'm gonna use that oak wood that I got.
Okay.
0.
Are you kidding me?
0, 0, 0.
Atta boy. All right. So go ahead and
I thought that was 100.
just roll a d20.
I think you gotta roll it twice to be 100, don't you?
I don't know.
Oh, I
Roll a
thought-
d20 and add your dex. It's a very small little thing.
Yeah, you
Hey.
can't roll a
9.
0.
9.
That was 100.
You can't roll a 0.
That
That's
was
a
100?
100.
You cheated.
It's 1 to 100.
Yeah.
You cheated.
You can only roll 1.
You're not a
That's the
cheater.
lowest you can roll.
Oh.
Yikes.
0, 0, 0.
You're
0.
not cheating.
Well, that means the
I rolled
scale
100.
can't start at 0 then.
Yeah, I
So the
guess.
scale either has to be 0 or 100. It can't be both.
It's 1 to 100 on those.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 1 to
Is it?
100.
All right. Well, for now, we'll let you do it. But
Okay.
that does make sense. It can't really be
Okay.
0 to 100.
So stop cheating.
Things that we will work through
It's
as we do
either
this.
one or
Yeah,
the
it's a
other.
new system.
Okay. But with that, you got what with the roll? 8 plus your dex?
9.
9? Okay.
Just
There's no progress.
0? Oh, feek. Well, I'm gonna continue to do that.
As you're like messing around, like playing with the wood,
Unfortunately, that happens.
you're trying to pretty much at this point just chisel it down to a good
Take the
size to
bark
actually
off
start. Yeah. But you don't really get any progress towards it, but you know that's what you have to do. Your Constitution modifier, half of it. So you can do 2 checks, right? You have a +5,
I have,
don't you?
yeah, I got a
Yeah.
+5.
So
I can
you
do one more?
2. You can do one more.
Okay, so I have to do the percentage first?
Nope.
No?
Just D20 plus your
Come on.
or plus your dex. Plus your dex.
4.
4. Yeah.
You're
That's
killing it, man.
Another no progress. One more no progress, you'll lose all the materials.
You want me to
lose a
build it
block
for
of
you?
wood, dude?
Yeah.
You'll lose a block of
No.
wood.
I'll give them like 10 more gold. Tell them to pick up another block of wood while if they're still here.
Yeah, they'd still
So
be
they are.
Probably would have asked Naris if she or Wraith wanted to go on the trip.
Oh. She goes. She goes. Okay. Is this mine? Yeah, it is. Look wrong. All right. You worked on that for the day. You can definitely tell, like working on it, that you're probably gonna want to read more and train more to get.
Oh, as soon as he
better at it,
did
yeah.
that second fail, he
Yeah.
opens it up and starts reading more
Yeah.
on techniques.
All right. So
And
tomorrow
small
you can do
working
another
techniques.
training.
I don't know if it counts as crafting, but can I try making like start making a mold for the cannonballs? Like take like a piece of clay and start forming it into a ball.
Boom, 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 boom.
Best bet would be make a
Andrew, do you remember what I made you do?
Oh, do we already have a cannonball mold?
No, it was
Just a
mold
regular cannon.
for the barrel. I don't remember what I fucking made you do, man.
No idea.
You had him go dig it up,
Yeah.
and then I think it was like proficiency just plus his dex
Yeah.
or something.
Did I give it a crafting score for you to make a mold?
I don't think so.
I don't think you did
Pretty
either.
sure I just rolled.
I think he also
You're
rolled like a natural 20 or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I just rolled and you're like,
That
you
was
did
pretty
it.
good.
And I was like,
Yeah.
nice.
So I'd say you could definitely try it. I don't see why not.
Nice.
And honestly, it'd probably be really easy for you to do because you can manipulate the earth very, very well.
Right. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
So,
Does he even need to
I'd say
fucking
it'd be
roll?
really
Makes a
simple.
perfect.
He just
You
like,
can do it with
I need
advantage.
this.
Just roll a d20 and add your proficiency.
20.
20. Okay, yeah. I'd say you can make a solid mold for it.
Cool.
You might like mess up a couple of times and it doesn't like sit right, but eventually you like hollow it out and do whatever you must, like 2 halves of it to
I'm just gonna
yeah.
harden it.
Yeah. You put like a little hole in the top to pour the metal into, so it is good to go.
Right.
Cut it in half.
No, you just pour them all in. It just does it in one.
Alrighty. So you did your stuff.
Yep.
You finished the cannon. Azrael, Neris, Wraith, and Ajasa and Solog have left. With all of you, it's plenty to be able to man the ship.
Did he give you extra money for the gunpowder?
200, right? You 200 for like just metal.
That was
I
for
think.
the metal. Do you need extra for the gunpowder?
Should be alright.
He's rolling in it. He's a millionaire over there.
I mean, he said investments for like 800 years. Accumulating.
That's what I'm saying.
You're paying really good dividends.
We're gonna
right
go to
now.
like each city and he's gonna have a store somewhere. Just rolling in
Come
money.
on. How come I never noticed that Azrael mark that's been here for years?
He's gonna walk in there and be like, here's your 50K. And they're like, what the fuck?
I have an extra notebook if you want to.
Do you? Yeah,
That's
if
right.
you do, because this thing's a little long.
Alright.
I'm gonna need something for that. I can just use this as a prayer book.
And a new-
Next day.
Next day, yes. So you are. I want to actually keep track of this. That way, when Connor has to make his next roll, he has a date set. That way, we're not.
I think it's been 2 days since he made his last check.
Yep.
Yes. I just kind of want to get to the day that everybody's at right now.
Date. 8th of Gondoleth.
Yes.
I think that was when Connor went to
Arcanoria.
Arcanoria. So it's been probably a few days since then.
Well, the day after that is when I made my check.
Okay.
And
So-
then it's been
So
the
the
day after
11th of
that.
Gondoleth, I think. 11th or 12th.
Yeah, it'd be the-
Gondoleth.
Yeah.
Gondoleth? Gandaleth? I don't know.
Either one, Gandalf, Gondola.
That's where you're from.
Yeah.
So I circled the 9th for when you guys got to the estate. Everybody was at the estate.
Oh, really?
Okay, so then I
Maybe
left
I
the
just
next
said-
day, so
maybe
I
I
left
just
on the
said
10th.
10th. 2 days have passed. It's the 13th.
Okay.
So I made it on the 11th. So I make it on the 18th. Gotta get a DC 18 on the 18th.
You can find like an app that I can just like push the button every time I say next day, and it just does the next calendar day. Even if it's just like a clicker, so I have the number of the day. Alright,
Get
next
a
day.
fucking picture or the
Yeah,
fucking
that kind of
pitch
thing.
tracker.
Yeah.
Train yourself. Just
Because I know the
Add
month
all of it.
every time. It's just the date of the like the day of the month.
yeah.
We'll figure that out
We'll build
later.
an app.
We always figure it out eventually.
Alright.
Build a Zaxria app.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Just track the calendar.
You can just
for
like
us.
push the. Oh, okay, never mind. My mind's gonna run with that.
Yep.
All right. Anyways.
Well, the session is now our app
Buy it.
for free.
It just gets outdated as soon as we die.
Oh no. Oh no.
We'll just change it to the next
I
app.
just realized we didn't have to use it.
We'll just change the
I know.
background. Yeah,
It
if you
went
were
away.
to touch it,
I didn't say anything, but
Everywhere that says
I
Zaxria.
felt so
I feel
unimmersed.
like critical
I'm sorry.
stats.
I ruined it.
Just a lot less.
All right. So,
Yeah.
while everybody else is at the estate, you make your way to Port
Attacked by
Valahel.
10 pirate ships.
It is less than a day by
Oh,
ship.
alright.
It probably takes you 2.5, maybe 3 hours in order to get there. It's really not bad at all.
Wind is kicking.
Arg, the sea breeze
The sea breeze.
hurts my knees.
Haven't really been at sea a lot
Still
in your
no.
life, but it's very calm. You find that the travel is a lot easier as well.
So I want it.
Ophelia itself is very hilly. It takes a while to navigate because of the hills. You're not having to go through the forest in order to get to Port Valahel too, so you actually bypass quite a bit of time by,
You can
by
read what you
traveling by
get.
sea.
Oh, perfect. Phase of the sun.
During the travel,
Already have immunity to that.
you see Neris sits at the bow of the ship while Wraith, very large and in his normal size, flies above, just enjoying, being able to spread its wings and go around. Ajasa and Solog man the ship for the most part. They ask you to do things here and there to kind of help out. And you notice that Yiko is also with you. Seems to
Getting on my area.
come along to help as well. There's a lot more that they're anticipating you're going to have to bring back, so they're making sure they have enough people to be able to take care of everything. Ajasa, kind of up towards the top of the ship. So, Azrael, what is your story? Where are you from?
Somewhere in Ophelia.
Alright then. Not one for talking, I understand.
It's true.
It's fine.
If I knew, I'd tell you.
Man of mystery. When we get to Valhall, me, Solog, and Yiko will go into the port and try to find as much iron as we can, I guess. I'll leave the gunpowder, I guess it is, to you, if you find that. Everything else I'll get, the food, metal, be sure to have what we need.
Alright.
Won't be much longer. I'd say probably try to leave before it gets dark. Head back if we can. I'd rather not try to spend money trying to stay here. This port kind of sucks anyways. Dwarfs here are kind of grumpy.
Fair enough.
Hesmo Star.
Stereotypes. Met some jolly ones.
Alright. A little bit more time passes before you start to approach the port city itself. I don't think any of you have even been to this port. This port is a good size. It has a great landscape behind it of all of the mountains. It sits pretty flat. The top part of it, though, you can see there's probably about 2 or 3 buildings that sit there. They're all built on these large kind of platforms that have these extremely large metal beams kind of coming out. There's 3 of them, 2 coming this way and then 1 towards the direction where it's kind of this spot that's tucked into the side of the mountain itself. There's a couple buildings built on it and then stairs that go up, and then beneath that part there's an actual cityscape down there. There's a small little spot where you can tell people live here, maybe about 20 or so houses that are tucked towards the back, kind of away from the port itself. The port has 3 or 4 docks, so maybe 6 or 8 ships could fit here. You can see that the interior, not interior, but the build of most of the houses is of some form of a stone. The roofs seem to have reinforcements of metal on the peaks of them. You can see that there is rubble that is kind of on the sides of most of these buildings as well. It seems like there's a lot of rocks around here, very, very large stones that have just not been moved or touched in any way.
Any ships currently in the port?
There are about 3 or so that you can see.
Anyone look really familiar?
No.
Any of them in the Taken Circle?
You also find that there is this statue that has been formed
Suspicious.
and created. It's just of what appears to be the king, Bertrand Yold. You can see he's just kind of standing there, this large beard, he's got a crown on, he's kind of cape-like behind him. The ship comes into the dock. You watch Yiko and Solog jump off and start pulling the rope and anchoring it down to tie it off. Ajasa, with a good-sized backpack on, kind of fastens it to himself. You can hear the coin rattling around on the inside when he moves. Alright, good luck to you. I don't think you'll need our help, but we'll see you here before dawn. Sound good?
Works for me.
Alright, very well. You watch the three of them walk off. Neris and Wraith kind of next to you. Wraith now smaller, as he was made smaller before getting here. You watch him kind of scurry and tuck into some sort of like a shirt pocket or like robe pocket that she has. So, are we to go with you, or?
Yeah. That'll be fine.
I'm sure Wraith would like to see the mountains as well. As long
We might have to venture into the mountains.
Alright. I'll follow you then.
Let's go to the bar first. The tavern.
Hey,
Alright.
it's always good when playing with gunpowder.
He's got to get a straight line.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the best combo.
Beer and fireworks.
It's always safe. Nothing ever goes wrong.
Guess we'll see this Friday.
This is a new day,
Saturday.
right?
Saturday.
Yes. So you can make your training check.
They're paying people double time now at work.
For the crafting?
For
Yes.
5.
holidays.
5 for your...
That's for working with the wood.
Oh, you're actually trying.
Yeah,
think
I'm trying
that's
one more time.
would've been
Trying again.
the
Okay,
best,
so
right?
you can successfully try to make an attempt. So just roll a d20 and add your dex modifier.
Wow. 3. I got one
Bunch of
more.
days off a
So
day.
that would
That's
have
a fail.
that 3 would have like
Really?
ended
Yeah.
Do you get
the
paid
last
for that?
one unless you
Yeah.
scrapped it and tried to make a new one. But that would just get rid of the
You get a lot of
last one you tried
vacation
before.
days?
So it'd just be like starting over with another piece of wood.
Yeah.
now.
I don't know if there's
So I got
really like
one
a limit. Just don't use too many.
It's better. 13.
13. So that is 1
I'm
crafting
taking
point.
like a week in
I'd say it's
July.
probably 7.
Just like I have
for the
like
little
7
one
for the
down
score
the
to
list.
create whatever you're creating.
I took
So make sure you
For, like,
keep
your
track of it.
birthday.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So that's 1 point
I
towards
think
the
I
7.
put the Friday before the dance concert off.
Okay.
And
And then I will read the book as well, yeah.
I don't know, there's like a few other days I'll put in there.
That's 31 for the
Sure
book.
hope that's still going on. They don't cancel.
Yeah.
That's 1, right?
Same thing with the Wii car show.
No, it's 2.
2.
Did you get tickets for that?
I found them. They're like
Alright.
$60.
Walking
It's at
through here,
Walmart.
you can see that there are a couple buildings. You watch Ajasa go with the rest of them to some sort of a almost dome-shaped building. You can tell that it's actually, I'd say, more of like a octagon type, where these walls have been built and tried to make smooth, but there's still a rigidity to them, so they kind of step up into there. The roof itself, excuse me, has these metal frames that have been built up on top of it to hold strong to it. You imagine many of these metal frames on these buildings are to hold the structural integrity of it in case of some form of a like landslide or boulders and rocks and shit falling down here. You can see some of them are kind of dented and broken, but everything's still standing pretty well. The metal itself is of varying ages that you can tell. Some of them have a little rust, while others look brand new almost, seeming as how they're replaced frequently, possibly. This port here does not seem like somewhere people come to hang out and frequent. It seems like it's strictly for business for the most part. You do find some form of a bar. The bar itself has a sign on it that just says Port Bar. It's not like this tavern or anything. It just seems like somewhere people can go and like get a quick drink and a meal. Making your way inside, Neris following behind. You enter an interior with a very, very low-lit fireplace. There are sconces on the walls. There are these 2 posts when you immediately walk in that have the sconces on them that lead into this building. Fireplace is kind of tucked over on the right, and there is this bar kind of in the U shape on the far side. Probably like 2 or 3 tables and 1 floor. You can see there are two other people in here, kind of sitting over towards the back. You see they have like these kind of bald heads. One of them has like a little bit of a buzz cut more. They have on kind of baggy, dark leathers. Sitting down, seems like one of them is eating. The other one's sipping on a drink. They look over you a little intently when you walk in. Kind of give a little of a look back before they kind of look away as well. Make your way up to the bar and can see a kind of messy hair on top, a dwarven individual. It looks like the sides are shaved a little bit more down than the top. The top just kind of sits all over the place. Clean shaven. You can see a little bit of stubble just starting to come in, but for the most part he's clean shaven. He has a little bit of a bulbous nose. You can see he's got a strong jaw, but still has like a little bit of a fat roll underneath, almost like a double chin's coming in. His shoulders are wide. He has on this kind of cut-off shirt, an apron in front of that. The apron itself has like a washcloth in front of it. You can see there's some sort of like tongs or something he's holding on the other side. Has a drink in his hand currently and is washing the cup out before he sets it beneath. Hey, welcome to Port Bar. I'm Georgie. How can I help?
I'm looking for some information.
Information. Oh. Seems like everyone always does, but what can I help you with?
I'm looking for the ship, the Tank and Serpent. Yeah, you know anything about them?
Specifically, not really. Just stories more than anything.
See, I recognize this one from last time I was here.
I'd say so. Probably been a little while, but
I don't know how well your memory serves, but about 3 years ago they were here. So I don't know if that was the last time they were here or not. They're a rowdy gang. Tattoos, markings. It's an individual in shackles.
does sound a bit more familiar. It's foggy, but yeah. Since then,
Never been here?
I don't think since then, no. I mean, even when they came that time, they came and pretty much cleaned out my reservoir, and then we were gone.
Fair enough. You know what way they're headed?
Why are you asking? I don't want no trouble.
No trouble's coming your way. Only trouble's coming my way.
Well, I don't want it to follow you here. You know, I just try to run a modest little business here.
You don't have to worry about that.
Make a persuasion check.
And there's a gunfight right in the middle of the bar.
16?
What is it?
16.
When they were here, I do remember mentioning a name. I'm trying to remember the best I can. Might have been, it started with a C. He's very connected in trade routes from Ophelia. He's got his hands in a lot of pockets, mainly to trade routes. I know the last name,
Fucking Chester.
Clydesdale, like the horse.
I was about to say horse.
Trying to remember the first name. Might be Charlie, Chuck. Just know the last name, Clydesdale. He's a pretty well-known merchant. Just dabbles in a lot of trade overseas. They mentioned his name, that they were going to see him, and that was it.
Doesn't ring any bell.
Some more information than I had, so I appreciate it. Besides like 5 gold under the counter.
Appreciate it. You want a drink?
Sure.
Here you go, like this.
Might want to stock up.
You want anything?
Why not? I've got the like a dark, clear.
Just whatever you recommend.
All right.
Dark.
Grabs and pours 2 glasses. Slides it forward.
Cosmopolitan.
It's mountain brew.
Glass.
Taste it. It's strong. Has a good flavor.
Gin and tonic, hold the gin.
It goes away quickly. Doesn't really sit with you.
Want some spicy
Doesn't.
water.
don't mind it.
Burns like holy hell.
Just slam it, and then he's gonna head over to the table where he met Sandon.
All right.
He's just gonna check around on the table for any markings or whatever. Under the table, under the chairs.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
20.
All right. As you make your way over there, Neris is still like just sitting at the bar, sipping on the drink that's there that you just slammed. As you walk over,
Part of town.
look around the table, the floor. You can see that it's oriented a little different than it was 3 or so years ago. Floor itself, you kind of look over, it's scuffed and kind of damaged, just from years of people walking over it. Don't really find anything, but you remember, your first time actually meeting him and speaking with him. You're almost like daydreaming away, like remembering the moment. You having a drink in your hand, being a little more sociable as you'd had a couple of drinks in your body already. You remember seeing Sandon sitting at the table that you're looking at, shackled at the feet. Looking around, the two of you kind of looked at each other for a moment before you looked away, and then you walked back over to him, seeing as he was hard at work at something, writing in papers and whatever it may be, getting a glance at it. Sat down and had a conversation with him. The conversation was pretty good. He was a little bit of a jokester. You remember even thinking in the situation that he was in pretty good spirits. You could see underneath his eyes he had bags as if he were tired. There was tons of papers in front of him. A large box behind him that also was full of papers. You remember 4 individuals that were around him at the time. A bald-headed man, a very, very strong jaw. I remember seeing a woman who had one side of her head shaved and the other side was kind of flipped over. And the other 2 kind of had their back to you the whole time. At some point during the conversation, the bald man approached, can't remember features of his face, just his strong jaw and bald head. You remember him walking over and telling you to pretty much piss off. You didn't really take into account anything he was saying. Just ignored him and continued conversation with Sandon before the rest of them started walking over and making it a point to leave Sandon alone essentially and just kind of go away, whatever it may be. Sandon made a quick remark and joke at them before turning to you and saying he'll be fine, go do whatever it is you must and enjoy your night, enjoy your drink, blah blah blah. You remember the conversation was good, the plans that you learned, your skills in crafting improving from it and bettering. Eventually walked away, went back to the bar and had another drink. You remember them leaving? You remember them not really dragging Sandon out or anything, but him, I wouldn't say being submissive, but complacent with his current situation. They carried the box out with all the papers, all of Sandon's stuff. The door closed behind them, and that's been the last you'd seen of him. Looking at the door now, Neris looking at you, she's gonna be ready to go.
Yep.
All right.
He heads to. There's a smith in town.
All right.
And there's other plans.
All right. As you make your way out, it's a little difficult to actually find the forge or blacksmith or whatever it may be. You look around pretty intently for it. So before we get into that, you guys back at the estate for this day, you were attempting to start the day before, but were unable to.
Yeah.
So you can try again if you want to create the barrel. And or if you want, you can work on the mechanism and the frame. So make a percentage check for me to see if you're successful. Anywhere from 0 to 90 for both of you.
48.
Successful.
14.
All right, so you guys can both make your checks.
Nice.
So Constitution halved if you're making that number of checks, but it's going to be a D20 plus your proficiency plus your dex.
I'm going to use, he kind of already rolled, but I was gonna use enhance ability on both of us before we started. I don't know if I still can.
I think you can put it on yourself.
No, if I use it at a higher level, I can do it on multiple people.
Okay, I just meant like for his
Oh.
roll there. If you were to make another one after that, that one can be an
Okay.
advantage. I'd say you probably got in there a little earlier and started at it.
That's crazy.
You still roll
That's fucking sad, man.
Hey, nice.
Fuck off. 25 total.
Alright. So you can keep track of this one.
Okay.
So you guys can track both of
You
your
don't have
progress
to
on it.
Flex on me. 26.
But he rolled
So
an natural 20.
Cannon barrel 2. How many points is that?
all right. So you're trying to get the total to 30 still.
Okay.
So you can probably dedicate anywhere from 10 to 15 points towards it, like forging and building
Okay,
the cannon and
gotcha.
everything. And even like helping out and such.
Yeah.
Yours is 4 crafting points,
Okay.
and you get a +2 to either your roll or his roll. Just a roll towards the item.
Okay, the next one is at +2.
Okay.
Alright.
And you got 3 towards it, so that's 7 total.
Oh, it's at 7.
Yeah.
Personality traits. 3.
All right. So, if you want to make another check, you have to do your Constitution check before. What's your Constitution score?
It's only 16.
16. So
Yes.
is that +3? Yeah. So
Yeah.
it goes down to 1.
13.
13. So you can make another check if you want to. You're dedicating 8 hours, and you can do the same.
Alright, I'll give it a shot. See if I can.
22.
Nope.
No, not today. You are exhausted though. Or you can make the check, but you're exhausted.
Okay. I'll try.
So it's just disadvantage. But
Okay.
it's
Straight roll.
Straight roll. Cause
Alright.
did you roll that with advantage? Because he did the enhanced ability on you.
Right.
No.
23.
All right.
8.
8.
Yeah. So it's
Alright.
got 1 no progress.
Yeah, so no progress on that one. It's
You
3
breaking
consecutive no progress rolls.
Yeah.
So if you did 3 no
Breaking
progress in a
shit
roll,
over
then
there?
it breaks. It doesn't. Just
Does
break.
it reset if he because he got a success?
Yeah, more than likely, it's going to be very difficult to get 3 no progress rolls
Okay.
if you're both
I'm gonna
working
be
on
honest.
it. But he got 3 more points. On
Unless
top
I
of it, so
roll
it
a
should be at
1.
10.
Nice.
So at this point, it's pretty much in Anders' hands to create it. You could probably, I'd say, help with the next day, maybe like 5 more points towards it to get the frame all set and good to go. I mean, Skip could probably even help with it. It's just that he's not skilled in like a crafting component that would make it a little more difficult.
Could I have done my like skill points check for the day? I don't know.
Like you can do it at the end of the day, and then it'll just be a disadvantage because you're tired
Okay.
to do it.
Well, it's just the percentage.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
You have to roll the
'Cause I haven't-
percentage twice.
Like I spent the whole day crafting or something.
Right. You just spend a little time reading at the end of the day.
After
56,
sawing
so
that
that's
piece
2,
down and whittling
2
it down
is
to a
3.
sizable size, he's going to take a break and go to the temple,
Okay.
pray, and bring the Ramiel book with him too.
Make another intelligence
Can I
check.
do it again?
You just have to roll a d20 again, and you have to get 15 this time for your con save.
18.
15? Okay.
I'm alive.
Right back to you, Mills.
11.
11. Alright, so you have a point of exhaustion. You can make a check again.
Just flat,
but
because
that's
the
right. Just be flat.
25.
25. Alright, 3 more to it.
To the thing?
Yep.
Okay. Can I try to make a cannonball? I don't know what the...
So for each cannonball,
Can I
we will
exhaust
give-
myself to
Gosh,
death
Wait,
trying
what
to
did, you got
craft?
3 more?
I got 9 total.
Okay, so 13?
Yeah.
Alright.
We will give each cannonball. They're probably going to be like 3-pound balls. So
That's a heavy
you have
cannonball.
you have like 8 bars left. So right now you can make 2
It'll go through a fucking building.
because it's like
Put
each
it on
pound
charge,
that you're
man,
using
that's
for
what
the
we need.
Alright.
like the iron weighs like a pound.
Okay. Are we still going to have
Like
enough
a
for the
1-pound
cannon?
cannonball is good.
What's that?
We still have enough for the
3-pound
cannon?
cannonball.
Yes,
Oh,
you have enough for the
fucking
cannon.
nuts.
It's just like making the extra part. Like after everything's said and done with the cannon, you have like 8 pounds or like 8 bars left.
Okay.
So using the
I'll try
bars
to
like
make
this.
It's almost like a 150 millimeter
Is that
round.
the D20 then to try and create
A
it?
3-pound cannonball?
Yes.
3 pounds of iron is like that big.
Is this going to be for the next day or this day?
A ball.
I don't know.
Good ball.
I'll just try it tomorrow
Yeah.
just
Okay.
because
like
Like
lead.
105.
And then I'll just set the crafting score for each ball to 2.
Okay.
Because you
Like
can
lead.
just make them
Yeah.
very quickly. It's not extremely hard.
Wait,
So if you get a good enough roll, it's just essentially you pouring it into the mold and it's good to go.
Could I
3 pound. Yeah.
could I
it's
make
like,
more molds and then just like do like a
fucking
few a
bowling
day
ball.
or something?
14
I
pounds.
don't see why not.
Really?
Did you
We
just get out of
could
the balls?
just try to spin
That's
it
what
in
I'm
a
saying.
way
They're
that
just
just
made
works
out of
where it's
fucking
like
lighter.
on a successful check you'll just roll like a d4 or something.
Okay.
And then that's how many you
They're
make
big.
for the day.
That makes sense.
Palm, like softball sized.
We shoot 2 at once. I'm just kidding.
Alrighty.
I'm good for the
Did
day.
you make another check? Yeah, you did, right?
Yep.
And then you added it there already?
Yep,
We're good?
We're at 13 right now.
Can I go again?
We're almost halfway there.
You have to roll a DC, it's going to be 20 this time. So if you make a fail.
Oh, Jesus
You're gonna
Christ.
die.
You
Die.
Just remember that you
I'll
only,
make it with
get
my
rid,
dying breath.
you only get rid of 1 exhaustion point when you have a long rest.
Yeah.
So you'll have an exhaustion point tomorrow.
You can ability, or you can do the thing again, right?
Yeah.
You buff it. Yeah,
You have time.
then
He's
you're-
trying to die.
We have a few days, so you
Yeah,
don't
you
have to
have
do them all in
time.
one day. We're already almost halfway
Okay, he
there.
rolled it. What'd you get?
Oh, you fucking dickhead.
15, man, that would have worked for the last one.
I know. I mean, you just take the exhaustion
Did you roll that with
point,
disadvantage?
but you can
Yeah.
still.
You weren't supposed to.
You don't roll.
No,
Well,
just your
that's-
ability
Well, he was
checks.
making the. Was he
Oh,
making
'cause it's a save,
constitution
isn't it?
check,
Yeah, your
or-
saving throws are 3.
19. Didn't matter.
So close.
You have 2 exhaustion points.
So
your speed's
close.
half and your disadvantage on ability checks. You can try and make
I'll
another
stop
check if
now.
you like.
God.
So,
22.
22. Alright, 3 more points on it.
Worth it.
Why don't you just go until you
So
have
wait,
6 exhaustion?
We already have
Fuck
one.
it, I'm
Oh,
going
man.
again! No, I'm just
He
kidding.
just
We
dies.
already have one functional cannon, right?
No balls
Okay.
won't.
How many are they making? Like 3 or 4?
They only have enough material to make 2.
I rolled a disadvantage again. I think
I
I may
hope
be
2's
stupid.
enough to fight a pirate
He
ship.
did say no balls
They're
to
also
do it again.
repeating cannons.
Can I do it again?
You want a
Can I
full
go again?
volley?
Do you
25
even have
is
enough
the-
time in the day
No,
to do
I'm
That's
that?
a lot of time.
Can I stop him from working on it?
Yeah, you can. You can
Alright.
see Anders like
It's
sitting
been a
there,
while.
like, his eyes
No,
are
you're
like
not doing it.
wide and
I haven't
watery.
been working in a while,
They're
alright?
a little
I'm
bloodshot.
excited.
Ander
I don't
is
care.
like
It's been a
in
minute.
there.
I pick him up, carry him out of the workshop, and close the door.
Okay.
I would complain, but I'm tired.
Go to bed. Go to bed.
You watch him just like
They've been working for like 14 hours.
he's
Has it
leaning
been
on
that
the door.
long?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just having fun.
All right. Well, go sleep. We got more work to do tomorrow.
He takes 3 steps and falls on the ground.
That's fine.
Just sounds
Let's
like
sleep.
I'll
You just
carry him to his bed. Yeah.
he like slumps over. All right, but you get brought to your room. You already did your check for the day. You guys are good for the
Yep.
day.
I did my
We're good.
intelligence.
Oh
18.
yeah, that's what I wanted to
Yep.
get to. You start to read into the book of Rami Elmore. You've gotten at least halfway through it, like pretty thoroughly, reading everything and getting everything down. It shows you a different side of followers of FEL in a way. Not in like a
Surprised they're all evil.
scary or not in like a scary or evil sort of way.
That feels a fucking lie. It's Erebos.
Ramiel
You're not
that
evil,
you read
that you
for the
picked up
most
this
part
book.
is essentially like he was some form of a conqueror in FEL.
Like a harbinger.
A lot of the stuff he did was like purging. He would go and find
Guys.
demons or other things,
good.
tieflings even, and it was even like reading it and understanding
Purgers.
the reasons. It's still a little unsettling. You think of why it's okay for it to happen in that way, and it draws you back a little bit from reading the book before you push on further, though. You've never met a tiefling, never even really seen one in a book or anything, or know how they even look.
We're gonna meet one soon.
But everything that you've learned is that they're primarily innately evil,
They must
especially in
die.
this world. They lived at one point on Zaxria pretty peacefully,
Yep.
with no problems. They were actually all over the place too, for the most part. But you found that when the eradication occurred, that many of them, what you're starting to realize is that many of them may be switched up in order to save themselves. Felt that that was the only way that they could survive, was to find a side that trusted and would protect them more than the other. Even before the eradication, Ramiel was some form of a purger, if you would.
Just like us.
Psychopath. That's what it should say.
Much of it seems like it contradicts some of the tenets, but at the same time, it's like this tenet seems to relate to it while it goes against this one. So it's this very, very gray area of what everything you're reading is. You can't really understand why she gave you this book. You can't understand really what she's trying to teach you, or what you should learn, or what you should feel, or how you should feel about it, but definitely opens your eyes a little bit and gives you a lot more perspective, you'd imagine, on life itself, and, you know, back to the very core of what it means to be a follower of FPL, is to preserve that and respect it and protect it as best you can. You all go to sleep, and we'll go back to you and Port Valdel. You're probably going to end up getting back at this end of this day, like at night, and then end up finding rest there. But for the time being, finding a blacksmith was a little difficult. It's a lot more tucked in, and this shop is actually a small cave inside of the base of this mountain. There's like this metal awning that has been built out. You can see the walls themselves have these braces put into them. They're kind of like these I-beams almost, but they're a little distorted. They seem like there's like several pieces that were built in order to create it, and then there's a metal frame on top as well. All of it appears to be some sort of a steel alloy. It is very, very strong. It seems like it was not easy to make, and most of it seems like it's been here for a while, aside from the pieces that have been replaced. You see within here, there are two individuals. You can see a female and male dwarf, both working within the shop here. The female dwarf you see goes into a door that's actually on the back side of this cave, like shop. She opens it up. You get a quick look at the inside of what it appears to be some sort of a home. It looks pretty nicely furnished before she closes it behind her and makes her way in. It's probably about midday at this point, since you've got here. You can see the individual that's in there, the dwarf that's left behind. He has his hair shaved completely on the sides. There's a little bit of like a top ponytail. He has a very well kept beard. You can see his hands are very, very calloused and rough. He has on a long sleeve kind of like chainmail type of attire, it appears, that has like dings and parts of it that seemed like they melted together at some point. Seems like some sort of protective gear for himself. Has an apron on. There's hammers and such on the side. There's a belt that he seems to have created for himself. He does not have any shoes or anything on, though. He's walking around here barefoot. He's kind of just grabbing at his beard as he sets a hammer down. You can see him sit down and grab a drink as he takes a couple of sips. He sees you approaching. You're probably a good 10-15 feet from the front of the shop as he's like taking a sip. You get a little closer, just raises the drink.
Howdy.
How are you?
I'm doing alright. How about yourself?
Good. Name's Hamill. If you need anything, Smith and Wise, I'll see what I can do for you.
Carrying some goods related to smithing.
Alright, depends on what you need.
In his bag, pulls out the notebook, flips to the page and hands it over. It's a list of materials.
Alright. I can do most of it.
We don't have any of this.
What's the part you can't do?
Well, I can do it, that's just a little expensive, is all.
But you have everything here?
Yeah.
Alright. How much?
If you want all of it, I'd say we can do you for 225 gold.
Of course, 25 more than I gave her.
Alright, that's fine.
Alright.
This boy's scamming you.
Didn't even negotiate.
Just Just give me a while to get everything you need.
Alrighty.
Doesn't even have to go into the mountains, dude. Look at that.
Could have got it for free in the mountains.
Damn, unfortunate.
Yeah, you could have found a dragon while they're out there too.
True. 5 for 1.
Alright, it does take him a little while. He actually goes into the home at the back part of it in order to retrieve some goods and bring them out. Seems like probably the more expensive, rarer things that he doesn't really get rid of too often that he sells. But he does give you everything you need. It doesn't seem like there is anything missing. Everything seems of good quality. It seems like everything.
So you load it all into like a big crate or something?
Most of it is in a crate. There are things that are separate. Put into smaller, like leather type water skin sacks, but it's not really a water skin. That's just kind of like a leather pouch.
Is there any way you can have that sent down to the port?
Most certainly. Just need a ship name.
Peacekeeper?
Yeah, will do.
Thank you. If you could expedite it and leave it by the end of the night, so.
Yeah, I'll have it down there. I don't have anything going on here. Pretty slow, so I'll be able to do it.
I appreciate it, Hamlin.
No problem. Your name?
Azrael.
Pleasure to meet you, Azrael.
Take care.
You as well.
Easy.
All right.
Is there anything you want to do over here?
Well, I mean, if we have time, maybe let Wraith go into the mountains, fly around a little bit,
It's a really good idea.
enjoy the air, I guess. For now.
I'm sure he likes the cold, so.
Yeah. How the hell did we get up there? We could find somewhere for Wraith to,
Yeah, maybe just get out of the town a little bit.
and then jump on Wraith's back. He'll bring us up. Have you flown on a dragon?
No.
It's the first time for everything. We'll have fun.
Hope not to fall off. 'Cause
You might.
that'd be an unfortunate way to go.
You have a parachute?
No slow fall.
Let's build a parachute real quick.
Not a
You're ready.
parachute, a
All right.
paramedic.
So, as you make your way over,
Doesn't exist.
find a good little spot, kind of closer to the ocean, where you watch Neris take her hands. You've seen her do it a couple of times, but you watch this very, very elegant movement that she does over Wraith. The energy itself is this almost orangish purple, and it's something that Neris doesn't even really know how she does it, but she does. It seems like there is some form of a magic there that she has that she doesn't really understand. And you can kind of see that there's a lot about her that she doesn't really understand. She kind of just does it and goes with the flow. You watch Wraith slowly start to get larger before he's big enough where she kind of reaches down quickly. Now, here we go. She helps you up as you both jump on and fly into the mountains.
Harpoons.
Yeah.
Dragon!
Well,
For the most part.
Definitely didn't see those
That would've-
ships on the other
that
side
would
of
have
those
checked another
rocks.
thing off the list. Kill a white dragon.
Oh, God. Not the right white dragon.
Well, I mean, I didn't specify on the list.
That's true. But we do have to shoot
So,
it with gore bullets.
As you were up in the air, you just spend a lot of time like in the silence. You guys have little conversations here and there. It's a little
had this
unsettling as
fucking
you're
bullet this
looking
entire
down
time, and then somebody
for
else kills it, and I don't get to
some
shoot
sort
it
of
with it.
solid
I'm
ground, but
so
it disappears
pissed.
at some point as you're like within the clouds. Eventually, Wraith lands down, and the two of you just kind of sit there and watch for a little while as Wraith flies around. A lot of time passes before you start to notice the sun going down. Wraith flies back. Two of you jump back on and make your way to the boat in order to head back. Ajasa is there, Solog as well, along with Yiko. We have everything. We were good. There was a little bit of gold left over, but I'm sure Moldrak will be okay if we take it for our fees, if you would.
It's fine.
Just tell him that we're even when we get back.
Alright.
That's fine. It's not my money. So.
Very good. As long as
Not
we all
mine either.
on the same page here. There's a couple
It
more
is your
boxes
credit
that
back.
Solog is loading
Our
up,
money.
and then we will be good to go.
They
Did you get everything you
They
needed?
said they spent
Yep,
all the
that
gold
crate.
and kept the extra.
Meat come delivered.
Yes, it did. I just didn't know if there was something else we were waiting for, or if you needed to bring something back, but
Should be everything.
alright, very well. Good trip then. Hopefully we make it back without dying.
It's weird that he said that. It's strange.
It's like we
Weird
got the
thing to-
money, we got the stuff. I don't have guns.
Takes off his mask. Strong jaw, bald head.
Where's Andrew?
I know you know where he is.
Alright.
I don't know who that is.
So, load the ship up, you guys make your way back. It is late. You notice when you walk into the estate that it's quiet. Much of the light that is in here is snuffed out. You can hear very, very light snoring as you make your way like over towards the kitchen. There's just like those homunculi just like asleep on the counter or like asleep on the
I gotta
table.
make 'em little beds, man.
They appear to just be out cold.
Feel so bad.
There's a little bit of food left. Grab it, snack on it if you want, but you make your way up to your room and fall asleep. When you get upstairs, there is very, very heavy snoring inside of Zarbax's room, and even from the other side of the estate where Moldrak's room is. But you make your way in.
I don't smell.
Yeah, right.
He takes
Make
cat
your way
naps.
in and fall asleep. The rest of you fall asleep as well, waking up the next morning. No spell slots were. Oh, no spell slots restored.
Yep.
Luck restored. Ready to do as you must.
Down an exhaustion
I just walked out with my little
You can choose.
thing of
Shit.
wood. It's pretty much just like a little
Sun.
cylinder of wood
No,
right
moon.
now.
Okay.
And I do it at. I'm just
Saying, I should be
chipping
making
it away,
cannons all the time. I think I should just start making
Working
cannons
on
as
it
a
still.
living.
Good sound.
Okay.
reading the
That's what
book
I'm
while I
saying.
do it.
Alrighty.
I think I
So I'll
just
read the
make a
book
cannon
right
in
now.
like an hour.
Go ahead. Make your skill
And
check.
by an hour, I mean like 3 days.
36 for the book.
All right.
Yeah,
So
I
that
just
gives
get
you
it.
2
It's a
points
joke.
towards your
Haha.
You still have what, 2 cards, Big Josh?
progress.
Because you had 3.
Something like that, I think.
Food is prepared and made for all of you.
Yes.
For the wood.
You need anywhere from 0 to 30.
17.
Okay, so you can make a check. D20 plus your dex.
Cool.
19.
Hey.
All right, that's 2 points towards it.
Ooh.
And your next one.
Uh-oh. Good luck, dude. You got this.
GL.
Yeah. Spell book. Spell.
6.
6. That is a no progress.
Russ.
That's okay. You made progress, so now you don't have any. You just have the one no progress.
I guess just start forming the top of the.
Yep. You just
Going
start
from the head down.
chipping away
Yeah.
at it.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, Skip. You're Leland's best friend, aren't you?
Hey, it's true.
That's his no progress.
That's his angry block. He's got
Why?
one for his emotions
Gotta
and
need
one
some
for his work.
information from him.
I guess he would tell me, wouldn't he?
Tell me.
Just bring
I give him nuts.
What do you need to know?
Looking for a man that he might know.
A man.
Last name Clydesdale.
Clydesdale. Like the horse. Like, okay.
First name starts with a C.
C. Clydesdale. That seems unfortunate.
What, because both of
Is
these
it-
letters are the same?
CC.
He's pretty big in trade, in and out of Philly, in the Ireland, everywhere else.
Oh, I'm not doing anything today. Oh, I can go to the keep.
Oh, damn. Wish I wasn't doing anything.
This
I don't
man
wanna
might
fuck with
have
Leland.
valuable information on how to take a serpent.
Okay.
Well, technically, you would have dedicated 8 hours to wood carving because you made the full.
I'm not doing
Right,
anything
right.
today. I'm just wood carving. I'm also reading this book.
Is it starting to take form at all?
The top part.
Top part is? Okay.
It's
Yeah.
still very, very jagged, but
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
working.
I'm doing that one first. I made 3 of them so far.
You're gonna kill
It's like
yourself.
you're trying to
doing?
show me, Brian.
Oh, did you see it?
No.
Oh,
He already
But
showed
it's like
her-
you're trying
He
to.
literally
I'm
already
not trying to.
He picked it up and was like, "This is what I'm making," and then put it back down.
continue your conversation.
Yeah. I can. I'll go to keep here soon.
I mean, it doesn't have to be you if you don't want to.
Better
I was
hurry, we
making
don't
a joke
have that
about
much
you being
longer
friends
on the
because I
cameras.
know you don't really like it.
They're fucking. He's got a horse.
You're all at the table too, so you can hear them
Yeah.
talking.
I can go after breakfast. Like I said, I have nothing else to do besides
Except for that 8 hours of
fiddle.
work.
Craft a boat on a
If you-
horse.
Oh,
It's impressive.
I mean, I would go,
Make
but
a boat that big.
I spent yesterday going to get resources on that. I got work today.
That's fine. Actually, this one's probably like that big. Okay. Well,
Kind of looks around the table and sees Ander and is like, "Are you okay?
Huh? What do you mean?
You got like
yeah, you wouldn't
bags under your
Stop, you wouldn't
eyes."
stop working yesterday.
I got a little excited yesterday. I was having a lot of fun. It's like making all this stuff
I had to
again.
drag him
It's
out
been a
of the
while.
workshop.
I haven't made anything in a while. I didn't notice what time it was. I'm a little tired.
How
Oh.
far are you guys along?
Like halfway done.
Yeah, about
The
halfway.
second cannon.
In one day?
Yeah, Andrew did like most of it. I just made the body.
Don't you think you should like take a break or something?
I mean, you can tag out and Azrael
say.
can handle the rest.
a cannon away. A cannon a day keeps the apothecary
You
away.
like talking to Leland? Maybe you can go see him.
I don't think they say that. I was kind of having
Pretty sure they
fun though.
You can keep working. I mean,
I kind of want
I just
to.
don't want to see you get hurt.
Yeah,
I'm fine.
he's good.
If you do that for too long,
You'll
Just
work
tired.
yourself to death.
yeah.
Don't do that. I mean, I can revive you, but don't do that.
That doesn't sound fun.
We don't have any diamonds,
I would do. We
Do
have
it.
do we?
We're stocked
just
up,
one.
just ready.
one worth 600 gold.
Ready for the first person to take the
Break it
L.
in half.
And by first person, I mean like the fifth person.
It does. I mean, technically, it only has to be the material. It doesn't have to be an actual.
It would be
diamond,
second.
so we could break it into two
Did I? Third.
300 gold chunks of dust.
Fourth. Fourth.
Just grind
Because if
it.
we're counting Shadow, fourth.
Why wouldn't we count Shadow? The fuck there, dude.
We're gonna
God.
put to work.
All right.
I just slide my blade over to old
We'll
Margaret.
burn into
Moldrak.
it. Thank you.
Oh my god.
Let's go.
Finish my little chicken
taking
leg.
this.
He's fucking finishing his entire chicken. And then moving on to his next.
Alright. What's everyone doing?
To the workshop.
To the workshop. Woo.
We're going to the keep? Alright.
Working on my spell.
Okay.
Same thing.
Looking for logs on the
I'm going for 5 exhaustion
Beep,
points
next
this
day.
You're gonna die. You're 5 years.
Not
Don't
actually
you become
going- I'm
immobile?
not actually going to this. That was a joke. It was a joke.
You can make cannonballs if you want. Actually, I don't know.
That's
That-
probably you
that's
that's going to have
blacksmith.
to do that.
Yeah, alright.
casting.
All he's got to do is pour it in.
That's a lot of effort.
Make sure you
man.
quench it.
That's
Alrighty. So are you two working on it together?
Oh, yeah, if you guys
Yeah.
do it, we can. You guys can tag team that, and I can just make a bunch of cannonballs.
But you still have to cast the barrels, don't you?
Alright,
Right.
so
No, I did that
all
yesterday.
3 of you roll your percentage check for the day, anywhere from 0 to 90, and you will be able to do so.
I can give you enhance ability, all of you.
38.
4th level spell. 37. I'm good.
Alright, so you are all able
don't have
to
to-
craft for the day.
Just stay there.
So each of you get your 1 without exerting yourself. So
Everybody has
for the 2 of
advantage.
you are still completing the mechanism and frame and everything, so it's just going to be d20 plus
you
your
just
dex
have a
plus
straight roll,
proficiency.
don't
Yeah.
Yours is going to be d20 plus your strength plus proficient, or you're
No
not proficient yet,
proficiency,
so d20
no.
plus your strength.
Alright.
Damn, I rolled a
Nice.
2.
20.
I'm a luck. Should just went with the 2, honestly. 4, 9, 12. No,
12.
13.
13, it's 1 point.
28.
28, that's 3 points.
50 points.
4.
50.
You're doing the cannonballs?
Yep.
Okay.
I got a 20 on my crafting check.
20, so that's, yeah, plenty. So just roll a d4 for me.
Oh.
Oh.
It was my first
Cannonball.
time. It was my
Yeah,
first
made
time.
one cannonball. Successfully made one
Never made a cannonball.
And then add the 4 points for the cannonball, or the cannon from them.
Oh, right.
Is it Is it just does the
We should be
check reset? So is it 10 now? Or is it 15? 'Cause I
Well, if you're
have
already exhausted, it's 15.
4 points, you said? So
Yeah.
we're at
That's
maybe
about
20
just call it for the
crafting.
day trade.
Whoop!
25. All right,
Fuck! Look, I got a 5.
All right, so you have 2 points of exhaustion. You can
27.
27. That's 3 more crafting points.
26.
3. So 6 more points?
Oh, so wait, if you try it more than your allotted time, you can get exhaustion?
Yeah.
So I could do it more than twice, just suffer exhaustion if I fail?
It's a scary life out here.
You guys noticed that you,
I mean,
you
there's
are,
probably
you are very close. You
probably
can tell
a
that you are
limit.
close to.
We're very close.
18.
That's the best time to break
Success.
a cannon.
You need a 20.
11.
Did you enhance
11.
ability on any?
That is
I did
1
it on
point.
all of us.
Is
Oh,
that
nice.
is that enough? Did we do it?
Wait,
Is
1
it
point?
done?
You said? Alright. No, we're at 27. We need 3 more points.
You gotta commit. You know
You're
what I mean?
gonna
You
die.
gotta commit.
You have what? 2
20?
exhaustion points?
Yeah, 20. That's it.
He's gonna die.
Oh, I got an 18.
Plus what?
4.
No, 18 total.
Oh, that sucks, doesn't it?
You now have 3 exhaustion points.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna get a 20 here, and then we won't have to worry about it.
Jared,
Please
chill out. You got 3 more, dog.
be careful, dude.
Hey, got the 20. 27.
27?
3
Okay.
crafting points.
Oh, there's cannon number 2.
It's a natural?
Hey.
No.
Damn.
Ander is like.
Dead. He's dead. He's
With
actually
plus 5 dex, so it's kind of pog.
And then he passes out on the table.
And then he just finishes the last piece. You already went to sleep. He's like, I got a couple more things I'll do. And then you leave, go to bed, and you just fall asleep against the cannon. You created the cannonballs throughout the day?
Can I make more than one?
Yeah, if you want to, you just gotta
I'm
make
gonna,
Constitution.
I'm gonna go again, yeah.
Conte.
Well,
10?
8 to 10 for the first one.
10.
I'll do
Exactly.
one more go.
Alright.
So no exhaustion, or,
I'm
or
gonna
do I
start
still
just
take?
crafting a bunch of shit. I'm gonna be honest.
No
with you.
exhaustion?
No exhaustion,
Okay.
and then you can make another check.
I start making
one
random
more go
shit.
for the wood.
Going to the keep.
Fuck it.
This would be
Toys?
tomorrow.
Who needs toys?
That the
Oh.
checks
I'll wait
because it's
then.
8 hours of you.
I'll do all day tomorrow working on
So
it.
21 for the
Okay.
second check,
Okay.
and then I roll the d4.
Yep.
Easy, dude.
4, so I got 5.
Fine. Okay. Yeah. So you could only make 6 with the metal you have right now.
They came back.
Oh, they came back. So yeah, you can.
Yeah,
fucking
it's probably
just keep going.
profitable.
You just
That
have
guy's gotta be
So
banged
at
up.
this point,
It's
put
a higher
that you have.
DC.
Yeah, somebody keep track of the.
Oh, I'll write the
reservoir of the
cannonballs.
forge, as well.
Oh.
So the forge has.
I'll
At
do
this
that.
point
I'll
now,
do that too.
200 iron bars.
Hang on. Okay.
Fancy.
Forge.
We're never going to the Iron
Forged in
Depths.
fire.
We're never going there.
Iron bars.
Yeah, we will.
I've known about that since day one.
You've
Alright.
wanted to go there since day one.
I still want to go.
Yeah.
But I think we're ever gonna need to.
Cannon.
I want to be the Nautilus, dude.
I'm gonna try one
I
more.
don't actually think I have a pickaxe.
You had 15.
Yep.
I'll make it
I
like
do
it a
have
shot.
a pickaxe.
We have one of
I think
them.
I bought one.
I'll just use
So
an
1
anchor
point of
for your
exhaustion.
With a chain attached to
Don't,
it.
hey, don't get
Oh,
too
it is,
saucy.
yep.
Yeah. Hey!
Not bad.
24.
So yeah, it's enough. You can roll another d4.
Alright, let's do it.
Hey!
4 more?
Okay, so you would have used
4 ingots.
the last cannonball would have been the rest of whatever was left. So out of the 200, we're doing 3 palm balls. So 6 of them would have been used.
Okay. We're at
So we got 5
9 of them would have been
5
used.
cannonballs?
Sorry.
191.
You have 8.
It's a
8?
decent volley.
More than 8. No.
That's
9?
a
Yeah,
it's a
9.
decent volley.
9 cannonballs.
If 3 from the last
did-
one, and then
No, no,
3 times this, so it'd be 9.
We had
5,
5.
and then
We
you
had
made
5
4.
before, and I just made 4.
Okay.
Cool.
So 9.
9 cannons.
We gotta start learning how to drift
Alright,
the
and
boat.
then I
So
just,
shoot one side all the way.
After that, I'm just
Fucking
gonna pick Ander up by the scruff and carry him to his room and go to bed.
But he probably would have been there longer. He'd have been
Oh.
like, yeah, one more thing.
Alright.
One more thing. And then
I just gotta turn this.
We just
turn this,
come back
this,
in the morning,
this.
he's dead.
I'm telling you,
Damn
what's
it.
gonna happen?
Finish the cannon, though.
Alright. Sleeping on your way to the keep.
I'm on the horse, so it shouldn't take.
You'd be able to get there in like
Can we just reinforce
Send
the
it.
hull of the
I'll make a
ship?
third
that
cannon.
like 4 or 5 hours.
That's
but on
exciting.
horse, probably like
Yeah.
I'd say 4.
I don't know
Just say
how
4.
well you would do it.
But you guys are all beginning to rest. Skip is on his way to the keep. So tomorrow will have been when you made those checks that you just made. If that
I
makes
didn't do them.
sense.
I said I was going to do
Well, I
them.
mean the ones that you rolled initially. Like
Okay.
when you were like saying you're at the table doing it.
Right.
So you just were messing around with it, but that would count for tomorrow, just because you have to spend
extra
8 hours
fiber
doing
and
it.
some wood chips for you.
No, the,
All right,
the guys
so-
would hate it.
You make your way to the keep.
would've taken them to smoke
You went back to the estate when everybody came here. The people who came here initially before, you were not included in that. You just went back to the estate itself. I don't think he was included in that. I think he was in the
Nope.
estate. Yeah. So, you're not 100% sure where Leland is here.
I know
When
he's
you
in-
arrive,
Oh, no, I
it's
didn't come.
probably
You weren't
about
there.
noon, a little later. So the keep itself is moving around quite a bit.
There's no
There
way
are
to find
people
him either.
everywhere. There are several of
I look to the guard to my
guards.
side.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea where they're keeping a man named Leland?
The prisoner.
Yes, the
Yeah.
prisoner.
That'd be the far side of the barracks.
Thank you.
Last one.
Just like that.
He's gonna.
He did ask for you.
Prisoner? God. More like friend of the keepers.
Welcome back, Skip.
In
Thank
temporary
you.
Good to
lock
see you.
down.
Good to see you too.
How are you?
I'm great.
Good. All right.
Bye.
You just made that guy's like life right there.
Probably.
Just met his idol.
I
Make your
nice to
way
see you too,
over
guard
to-
number 2.
Made his life and then
to the
demeaned
right
him to
side.
guard number 2.
I gotta learn all their names now.
That's guard number 804.
You notice that there are people inside of the barracks now. All of the doors are being used.
Go to the 5th barracks.
You notice that it is being used as well. The door's closed, but if you were to open it, you open it up. Somebody's like got on like just like a pair of whitey tighties and is like sitting there eating at the table.
Yeah, going
There's
for
another
it.
guy like behind him doing push-ups.
I inspired that guy.
Do they see me?
Yeah, the guy just like eating soup is just like.
I just close the door.
Looking over to the far right.
Wait a minute.
It's like I'm losing it. I'm seeing
To the far
keepers
right, you
everywhere.
can see a door that has some sort of metal banding that has been
Let's
put on
go.
it. There is two people
That could be
sitting out
anything.
front. There are two people sitting out front. Two guard-like individuals. One of them's like
Hard to get
sitting on a
past them.
chair. He's just kind of like sleeping. The other one's leaned back against it. Sees you like walking over and like kicks the guy a couple of times. The guy just kind of.
Greetings.
Oh, yeah, I'm not there. to
The guy
close
standing
door.
up. Yes, sir.
I need to speak with him.
We're not really.
I wasn't asking.
We're not really supposed to open the door or anything. You'd have to go talk to Hawker.
He's not getting it. I'm the one who brought him here.
I'm well aware of who you are,
Tried
sir.
the same thing. It didn't work.
Sir, Mr. Skip.
Open.
Mr. Skip. They didn't
Make
call
an
me Mr.
intimidation
Ender.
check.
I'm good at those.
Put a fucking hole in the wall.
You're also not fucking 7 feet tall.
That's fucked up, man.
16.
It means because I'm short.
Sir, yeah, sorry. So,
They call me Mr.
He was ready for this.
Thank you.
Pepler.
Leland was ready. He escapes.
You can see sitting down. It's very dark in here. He kind of. Oh my! Hey, what the hell is that?
You still have almonds?
Whew,
I still have all.
why is it so bright?
No reason.
Oh my god! Hey, is that Skip?
Yes,
Yes.
He's gonna
Oh
escape.
boy!
Oh man.
Hey, come in here and give me a hug.
I come in and give him a hug.
I actually gave him a hug.
Give him a hug.
Wow! He does like a good.
He was waiting. He stabbed
He like
you
grabs
in the
your,
He's best
your arm,
friends.
pulls you in, and gives you like a good
Oh.
old bro hug.
Let me tell
How you
you
been,
about
buddy?
I've been
friend.
great.
You look good.
Thanks. You look.
You been working out?
I don't have muscle structure. I
You
can't.
still look like
physically-
you've been working out.
Okay. I have
What
a
do
question.
You
for
want to sit down? I got some food and stuff.
I'm full. Thank you.
Oh, all right.
I have a question about a man, the last name of Clydesdale. C. Clydesdale. He's a merchant of some sort.
What exactly? I know exactly what you're talking about. What do you need the info for?
Look at this guy,
Just
man.
need to learn about where he is. Azrael needs to speak with him?
Like he needed to speak with me.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, don't bring.
I don't
bring
know
him
who
here.
you
I don't
are.
want him in jail.
I don't know who
here
you
with me.
are.
I don't want to jail here with you.
You don't want him with you? Oh, I can get you a friend, Leland.
No, that's all right.
Are you sure?
Look, no, not cool.
Where is he?
He's Actually, I'm not telling you anything yet.
Actually, you are.
It's all.
I'm gonna need something from you.
What do you need?
I want to go outside.
Piss off.
Just
It
take
sucks
him
in here, man. It's super
outside,
dark.
man.
It's like I don't have any light.
I don't
I used to be
think
nice
I
and
can.
tan.
I don't
Now
even think I
look
can
like
take you out.
Go, look at my skin. I look like I haunt this place.
I've never laughed like that. Oh,
I'm like the ghost of the barracks. That's what I am.
no, you're not.
Look, I'm probably gonna die in here, right? Like they're just gonna make me rot. So just a little bit of, just even open the door and let me sit by it. You can stand right in the doorway.
I grab him by the shirt collar.
Yeah.
I just bring him outside.
He's really simple.
Sir, please. Skip.
I've got him.
All right. All right.
You should
He
have
just
back
wants
up.
some fresh
like
air.
tied a rope around him.
As he gets out there, he's like,
Go for the
It's
run.
like stale piss in there. I'm gonna be honest.
Were you pissing in there?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Where the fuck else is he supposed to piss?
Can you
Come
guys at least
on.
get him like a bucket to pee in? Something.
I'm pretty sure he has a bathroom.
Sir, he has a bucket in there.
What do you do with the bucket?
We leave it in there.
That's savage.
I'm not touching that shit, fucking.
That's the human rights,
That's
man,
toxic.
and decency. You gotta
Sorry,
give
he
him.
has no rights here.
Well,
That is true.
True.
true. I guess he has.
The
You
heat,
have killed a lot of
motherfucker.
people, Leland.
Probably.
You kind
No,
of.
yeah, I have.
You deserve
Yes,
it.
probably.
You deserve
I
it.
wouldn't say deserve it.
Yes,
but-
you do.
All right.
I'll. I guess I'll talk to Harker to get you a more accommodable area with
Yeah,
at least
good
a
luck
window.
Good luck with that.
Good luck with
That guy
that.
is a
Good
dick.
bud,
He
man.
is a dick.
That guy is a dick. Watch your mouth, sir. Please don't speak about my general that way.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Leland turns
Yeah.
around.
Listen, what
You know he's a
happened?
dick, man.
Well, I have to put you back in that now. I'm sorry.
All right.
I put him in.
So nice.
All right. So where is he?
You're looking for Corin Clydesdale.
Write it down.
Fuck, I thought it was Chester. I was for sure it was
Chester.
Chester.
I need
Corin
Chester's
is,
Clydesdale. How
um,
do you spell his name?
I thought his name was going to be
C-O-R-E-N.
Clydesdale.
Clydesdale.
Yeah.
Clydesdale.
Clydesdale,
That's the fucking
Clydesdale.
power move.
Clydesdale. Clydesdale.
Where is he?
Corin is a little bit of a nomadic individual. He does have an estate, however. I'm trying to remember where exactly that is. Usually every time I meet him, he just comes to the Brunswick for some quick business in the exchange and then heads his way off. I want to say he's east of the Lyceum, just before the forest of the mountains and such. He's got an estate out there. He's got his hands pretty deep in all of the trade pockets, like overseas and such.
That's why we want him.
But for what?
You already know.
No idea.
Oh,
And if I knew, I probably wouldn't tell you, Leland.
Well, if you need anything else, I'm here to help. I mean, that's
Well,
all I
of
really
course.
got on him. He's just heavy in
I
overseas
appreciate
trade. He's got a nice little house east of the Lyceum. He's really annoying. Chatterbox, talks a lot. Tries to be a friend when you don't want him to be a friend. It's annoying.
Yeah. I know
What are
someone
you
like
saying?
that.
Why are you waving at me?
It's frustrating.
Yeah,
What
it
do you
is.
got going on here?
No reason.
All right. Well,
Weird.
you enjoy prison. I'll see you later.
That's a real mean thing to say.
I know it was really mean to kill people. I closed the door.
Says the murderer.
Says the person that literally cleansed the orcs.
Oh no.
Jesus, we didn't have to.
Ritual cleansing?
They were evil.
You should have brought him some almonds.
So,
You can lock it.
Skip.
Yes.
If
Almonds or the
you
fucking
would
play?
please not speak with Harker,
No.
because then he would know that you were here and that we opened the door, and that would be bad for us. He was pretty upset the last time, and they mentioned that Moldrak and Endo were here.
Oh, we literally talked to Harker.
Alright,
Fuck
good.
that guy, man.
Hey, Harker. No, I'm kidding. I jump on
Suddenly
my horse.
nearby.
He's like, what?
Just standing behind you.
All right, and you make your way back.
Come back in.
Dents the metal.
Making
We're
your way
what
back.
the fuck is this guy?
You're there before dark. Everybody's like very vigilantly working though, so you just kind of let them do their thing.
I go find Mr. Man over here.
So as you're leaving the workshop, you have some like soot and grit on your hands. Your sleeves are kind of pulled up and like rolled up. You don't have like the jacket on. Your hat is still on. You make your way out into the library portion. You have like a rag from inside of the workshop and begin like wiping your hands off to clean them. And Skip walks in and approaches. This is like as you're getting ready to go eat and go to sleep.
I visited the keep at Leland, and the man you're looking for, his name is Corin Clydesdale. He has an estate east of the Lyceum of Killian, near the woods and mountain. That was literally all the information he had for me. He said that he's his hand pretty deep in all the trade routes, and he usually went to Brunswick to do business with them. You do what that is, you will.
No, I appreciate it.
No problem. And I go into the room.
Okay.
And clean up all the little wood shavings. Unless the little dudes eat them.
Yeah, you notice it's they are not there.
I just throw them all out into the hallway.
Alrighty. So you all fall asleep. You get rid of 1 point of exhaustion.
I'm up. I have one.
I'm exhausted.
Making your way in the morning
Make
to
another
go
cannon.
eat.
Make
All of you
just
eating
all the
notice
cannons.
Ander is not there. Probably about like halfway through the meal. Like you've ate enough, you can go do whatever it is you wanted to do.
I grab a plate.
Yeah.
And I'd figure I'd probably know where he is. I go knock on his door.
This guy thinks
I'll
I'm
open
in my
it.
room.
He's not in his room.
No.
Close it. I go to the workshop.
You go in there and see him leaning on the back of the cannon like
Susan.
Stuff it, man. We gotta test fire this boy.
I just kind of poke him. Enter.
We can play Angry Ander.
Hey,
his hat's like
Are
on
you-
the side of his
I
head.
fix his head. Are you,
Like
you
who wears
all
it
right?
like that now?
I brought you food.
To the side.
It looks like you've been working very hard. So, I set it on the cannon.
Azrael and Moldrak, you guys make your way in the room. You can see that
It's not a flat
both
cannon.
cannons are done.
Crew, they eat with us at the table?
Yep.
Yeah, I should talk to them.
Okay, but if you make your way in the room, you see that the cannons are
I'm
done.
gonna make more cannonballs.
Have a request, if I could, for the ship.
We'll do what we can.
Could I just get one of y'all to fasten a table, craft some sort of table that I can craft on the ship or sailing?
We can try to do something. We're not very handy with the whole carpentry thing. We could maybe just take one out of the workshop and just.
Whoa, bitch!
Woke you up real quick.
You're not even there. You're in the work.
I know.
Spidey, Spidey
Need
senses
a
are
table
tingling.
and some of the supplies, and not mean anything big, just small stuff.
I can.
Tinkering
We
table
can
on the shop.
put some sort of a table in there and then just put some sort of fasteners on it to hold it steady where it is. It won't be pretty, but it'll be functional, I say. Put it in the captain's quarters.
I think there.
He's got room in there.
I think there is a table.
Just make sure it's okay with Ender first. He's the captain. I have to check in with him.
That's what I thought. This guy, man. This guy. He's making plans to ask the captain.
I'll do my
I'm
third
gonna shoot
check
him out the fucking
for today. Because you said
Yeah,
Do we have
you
a
would've done
gangplank?
two,
I'll make
and
a
then
one.
I don't have to do the
third
percentage
one-
again.
So the
No,
third
I'm
one
pretty
you
sure
just
the
do. You have
gangplank's
to
the
make
thing that
Constitution
connects
check.
the
Constitution
land
check.
of the,
Yeah,
the
save.
plank.
Save?
So you need a 10 for the first one.
I have
Whatever,
advantage
man.
on those.
You know what?
Wait,
I'll make him.
no,
I'll make him walk the gangplank right off
I
the
keep
ship,
doing that.
and then I'll never come back.
Natural 20.
All right, so you can make the next check.
Okay.
Do your 20 plus your dex.
20.
So that's 3 points.
3 points.
I'll do one more.
All right. You need a 15 for your Constitution save.
Welcome to
I'd
exhausted
still
life.
be close.
18.
Never mind.
9 plus 9. 15.
That is 2 points.
I complete the first one.
All right.
I
It's rigid, but it's
I'm gonna
obvious to see
sand
what
it.
it is.
I'm gonna spend time sanding it and getting it smooth lines.
You don't really have anything. To
It's
say.
obvious
You'd
what
have
it is.
something in
Then I'm gonna
You
flip
got a
on the
little-
bottom of it, and I'm gonna
clip
draw
in.
a little aces fades
Okay.
on it
With like a little.
with that extra 1 point.
It's the
Damn.
best you can. Yeah, like the best you can. You
Yeah.
put like an A with like a spade on the top corner.
And then I go into my room and I put it on my shelf.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you made a tiny ship?
Nope.
Is that what it was? What'd you make?
Don't worry
What'd you
about
make?
it.
None of
What'd
your
you make?
You don't know what it
What'd you
is?
make?
None of
I'm
your
going to this room. I'm going to this room.
I'm gonna start
King.
on the bigger one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because they grabbed me a log.
Okay, actually though,
Okay.
I want to help him with the carpenter. I want to learn how to carpent things. Become a carpenter, woodworking. Can I help him? Can I do that?
He's doing like wood carving. It's
That's
not really
what-
like
yeah.
carpentry.
I can do.
Yeah.
That's in the book too, is it not?
That's a different set of
Oh.
tools.
Shit.
Fuck, what are you
Carpenter's
doing?
tools.
Woodworkers'
This is woodworkers and carpenters.
I'm going to
all
buy
different.
carpeting tools at the keep.
You're
You need
gonna
a
Wait,
put
you
in
need
carpet?
manual.
I'm going to buy a
on the
manual.
tools. Alright.
That's too much effort. I'm tired. I'm going to sleep.
That's how Andrew's brain is constantly going.
You know, I could probably make another cannon, but I'm kind of tired. I'll go to sleep. Oh, wait, what if I built a bed in there? But in order to build a bed, I need to know how to carpent. So I'll go and get a carpenter's tool. I'm too tired. That's too much. I'll go to bed.
Yeah, I'll start on the
I'm
bigger
just going to
one.
learn how to do everything and then I can craft the world. That's my idea.
Just make an underworld.
Yes.
World
Okay.
Wetfoot.
C-O-R-I-N.
C-O-R-E-N or I-N. However you would like in order to be able to pronounce it. Alright. Gonna get some cannonballs?
Yep.
Alright, go and make a percentage check. Anywhere from 0 to 90.
81?
Success.
Wait, is that an 8? Yeah. Alright, 81.
D20 plus your strength.
Yep. 19.
19. That is 2 points.
Is that enough? How many points
I
was
said
it?
3.
3? Okay. Well, I'm going again.
Alright.
Gotta make
Constitution save.
a see. 5.
It's a fail. You have a point of caution.
Alright. Cannonballs. 21.
That's enough to complete it. Roll a
Try
D4.
Are you still using that blacksmithing book?
No, I mean I learn from it every day, but 4 more.
Can
How many bars is that? Per 4?
we do that?
It's
Hey,
we
one
three
bar.
Co-
per-
co-op
it's
the
like
fucking-
3
we just
per
tag team
Set of
cannonball, so that
cannonballs?
makes 12.
Your alchemy
Okay.
book anymore?
Oh, okay.
It's like a slow thing where I hit a certain point. That's what Billy
You're
said.
not doing the learning
Something
thing.
theirs again.
I'm supposed to when I get here.
That guy's done. Cannonballs.
So like I can't do it. Like I don't do
You
anything
could-
with it.
With
So
that,
that's before
it's
we did
different.
this.
It's gonna be different now.
Different now?
I explained that you have to do the checks every day, like everybody else is
Yeah.
doing.
Speaking of which, can I do that?
Yes.
Alright.
So you
What's
roll
the
a
check?
Oh, I gotta do that
percentage die.
too.
What do I gotta do? What do I
Roll
gotta
a
make?
percentage die.
Where am I going? What numbers?
54.
You are unskilled in it, so you start at 0. But I
95.
gave you progress towards it already from what you were doing before.
I'm
So
super
you're at like 15.
That's a 95 on the book for me.
4 points.
Yes, 4
How
points.
many points do I need? 50? Is that what
You
it
need to
was?
get to 50 in order to be like skilled in
I
it.
got 3, so I'm at 60.
I need like a 90, right? That's what it is.
You gain points no matter what you roll.
Oh, okay, 54.
54, so you gain 3 points.
Oh shit. I can only do that once every day?
Once per day. And you have to spend 10 gold.
Yeah.
I think I have just
It's an expensive craft.
what's that
We have a mantle, right?
Like 20 gold.
Yes, there's a fireplace in the library.
Yeah.
that's
10?
a mantle.
Okay.
Yeah, 10 per day.
I'm gonna sneak into the mantle with the little
Okay.
go and just
I can do it
Make
one more
stealth check.
day.
stealth check.
Noise.
Well, I gotta do that at this.
Could probably be
You can do
proficient by then.
just a straight roll. It's like nothing crazy.
15, 16.
Alright.
Damn, I should have taken the skilled feat and just like did all this myself.
You
Without
did
it.
your checks. You're good. You're tired, so you don't really have to like craft.
Is there any other way to gain points, or is it just from the book?
It's just like once per day with the book, 10 gold pieces, and that's it.
Yep.
Can I try to discern some way I could affix like metal plates to like the hull of the ship?
Nails.
There's a good chance that it'll leak if you're like doing the hull of the ship.
Okay.
Just because you're not going to really have a good way to seal it once you put a hole in it,
Right.
which could ruin the integrity of it.
Okay.
Fuck it, try it anyway.
The
you
best
do
places
skirt.
you'd imagine you would probably put metal on are, you know,
You
like
think
the
buckle
stern of it, the bow, the sides, the top part.
Okay.
I can never think of the very front of the ship, what they call that part.
bow.
No, the fucking thing that
The mast.
it's usually like a woman or something.
headpiece?
Or like, yeah, like
Whatever
a
it's
headpiece.
called.
I know
That
what
might
it's-
actually
I
be
know
what
what
it's
it's
called.
So do I.
Wow, none of but neither of you
Figurehead.
can say what it
Figurehead.
is.
That's what
It's
it
a
is.
figurehead.
I
That's what it is.
I
Genius.
knew I knew what it was, but I
Real
didn't know what it
life
was.
and D&D.
True.
All right.
Connor Big Brain.
As all of you were doing that,
Jerry Big Brain.
you were doing what?
Talking to Nair's real quick.
Okay.
Figurehead.
Yeah, that's right.
How do you feel about where he's flying around on the mainland? Failure.
Well, when Sovrex and I originally went to the keep, it was to do good with what we had and show people that not all dragons are evil. I mean, most people haven't even seen any. I know that word of him has spread. You know, at least the Norre knows of him. He's free to roam there, but he's done it before.
I think we could fly over to near the Lyceum, find his house.
I don't see why not.
Because the other, it'd be a long trip by foot, so. Alright.
Certainly could.
Well, I'll let the guys know. And if you want to go, now we can go.
All right. I'm gonna do a little more training today, so maybe like at night if you'd like to go. That way we have the night with us and harder to be seen.
That's fine.
All right. All right. Moldrak's the only one in the forge when you go in there. Kander, you're up in your room or whatever it may be. Connor probably in like the library portion or outside studying as he was before.
Check the ammunition. Supervisor.
Yeah.
I'm sanding the cannonballs.
Pull up his glasses,
I would have put him right next to the V that's in the.
magnifying
All
glass.
that thing that's propped
up?
up on it.
Nair's and I are gonna go find this individual.
Okay.
Skip came back and gave me the details where he was at.
The
Somewhere
deeds.
east of the Lyceum.
Okay. Is he at the Lyceum?
No.
Oh.
He has a house somewhere nearby.
Okay. You guys need help or anything?
I don't think he's too dangerous enough.
Okay. Alright, well, good luck.
Alright. Everyone's coming out.
Wait, do you know how long it's gonna be?
I think a flight
By
journey.
travel by dragon estimated
A little
time.
different scale.
It's 2 minutes. You just teleport pretty much.
Yeah,
I mean,
it takes
You can go
to get from the keep to. Let me grab my paper. I've got my paper that's got all the time.
You got this, all the distances.
I do.
All mapped out.
How many days has it been since we said it was like the 11th?
Oh, it was
It's been
the
like 4 days or
yesterday. I think was the 15th.
something? Okay. I'm so close to making another check.
Hit the fucking follow button during this intermission.
There's like.
You could
Do
win
the
a
BRB
D&D
screen?
book.
Do the BRB screen?
No.
Oh, shit. You don't have to.
Yeah.
40 more points, and I get proficiency.
I just need like 20 more, and then I'm
2 weeks and 2 days, and I get a new
good
spell.
with them. Nice.
It's sick.
It is.
He's back.
Got so much shit right there.
True.
All right. So.
Doesn't even put on his mic. That's crazy, dude. Look at him over there. Unmicked up.
6 level, that's a dream
that
for
good.
me.
days, 2 days. It's like a week and 5 days from the keep to the Lyceum, taking the
It's pretty dope.
road and such. So I'd say heading from your estate, like straight across flying, you could probably do it
Like a day.
in like
8 days round trip.
probably like 6 days. Maybe 5.
Not too bad.
You guys want
That's there and back, or just there?
By foot?
It's a week and 5 days by foot. A week and 5 days.
You can get there well, not instantly. But
You can get there pretty quick if you just go through Arcanoria.
And then dragging back.
it's expensive. Do they count Wraith? Did they count Wraith last
Yes.
time?
I'm pretty sure they did, didn't they?
I had them in a pocket.
I don't think
No.
so.
I don't think so.
Right a minute.
It'll cost like 100 gold. And
Pocket
you guys
dragon.
can just take a week to get back here.
Well, nothing
Will they
like
give
that
them
on
back a
there,
coin?
Suggest it, then.
I think so.
Oh yeah, who would have the coin then? Them?
Did you ever go back?
Fuck no.
This is not going. That's crazy, dude.
I
You gotta save the world, Connor.
It's like it's a week
Save the
going
world.
all the way to the Lyceum. So I mean, the estate could be closer than that. It could be further. He could have been mistaken, but you're pretty sure he's not because the west side of the Lyceum is literally the road leading into Port Rumenheim, and Port Rumenheim's already over there. So you're guessing a week or less, no more, to get
East,
to
that'd
there.
be closer to us.
I could build another cannon in the time. I'm just saying, if you
Yeah,
want,
some supplies.
So I'm
You can build
saying,
another
we
cannon
got
in like 2
bars.
days.
if he wants,
Sack or
we'll
something
build
to
another
bring
cannon.
along.
I think we should build another cannon for the fuck
Fuck
of it.
Let's
Honestly,
Let's do it.
Do we have enough iron to make it?
we have
like
so much iron.
200. Well, not at 200 anymore. I used some more, but
Got enough.
we're at like 180 something bars. 182. Yep. So it was 9 for my cannon.
Maybe we make like braces to hold the cannons in place.
That's a good idea. Those will probably not be too difficult to make. Just like kind of nail them onto the floor.
Did you ask me how long it would be? And then I asked him. Okay. Probably about 6 days, maybe 7.
Okay.
A week.
All right. I
So
think
was
if
that
you,
there and back?
That's to get there.
I think Arcanoria has a portal to the Lyceum. If you want to take that route,
He didn't hear
it would
you.
be
He doesn't
faster.
even
It
know
would
what you
just
just
cost
said.
gold.
No, he did. He knows what we're going to do.
Okay, just making sure.
You know how much gold that costs?
Just 100 to get into the city.
It's 50 per person.
Yeah, so just 100. Tuck like Wraith into like a pocket or something, so he's not seen.
That is true.
Well, I've never been there, so I guess.
Oh,
that's
you haven't
fine.
actually. I think we went there.
No.
Not when
He
we-
hasn't been there. He just knows
Oh.
of it.
Oh,
I mean, I guess that'd be exciting.
it's pretty cool. If you want to like
Mhm.
explore too, it only takes you like you just go there and then you'll instantly be at the Lyceum afterwards. So
Alright.
you have time to explore, especially if it would have taken 6 days.
Yes. Do it.
Kind of blew all my savings on our supplies, so
Oh, do you want some more money?
Gotta do it.
just enough to cover the trip.
Okay,
I don't,
there's 100 gold.
I don't need to stop
I'll give you.
shopping.
I'll give you 50 extra
At
just
least
in
talk to the
case.
Astral
of
Dragon before
We need
you
a
die.
permanent portal.
something.
Save the world and then die.
Yeah, I tried that. I don't think they're gonna have that.
He's probably gonna be. You're gonna teleport in right next to him. What is that gonna do?
So how do I get there
If you're
exactly?
gonna
Oh,
die- if you're gonna die,
Connor's
you're
got to
gonna die.
get you there. He's got the magical power.
Your sun form isn't gonna do anything.
It's not really a
No,
magic
no,
power.
it's
He's
what
got this
you're-
Not there, Doug.
coin.
What you're going to want to do also is make sure that he gets a coin to return as well. So
Yeah.
he's going to have to speak with.
It's
Oh,
okay.
members of the
Connor's
audience.
going with him.
Oh, is he? You got this, buddy. You got this. He just teleports instantly. Astral
I'm
Dreadnought.
gonna let you know if you don't feel ready. Like if Connor doesn't feel ready, it's not the time.
Connor feels so ready. It's
No.
crazy.
Is he ready?
Just send Andrew.
Hey, I'll talk to him. We're
Send
homies.
Ander. Yeah, the fucking world would be gone in an instant.
And then it'd be
He'd be like, there's
better.
guys like this on this world? Fuck them.
Let's see
He's
Connor real
like,
quick.
he's like, what
Yep.
the hell's rain?
Where are you at, Connor?
What time is it?
It's probably like noon.
He is outside, close to the water still.
Okay.
Just working. His arms are slowly becoming more and more engulfed in flames each day.
That doesn't seem like a good thing.
Yeah,
It's
you
fine
can-
for
you can
me.
see Connor
I can
like
do
over
that.
towards the water. He seems like he's putting his hands up and then turning them towards him, and you watch the flames start to like lick down to his elbow before he like flicks his hands. And you can see he's got a couple of like small burns that are like on his forearms from like overdoing it. But for the most part, he seems fine and is like working on it. He sees you approaching.
It's like when you light yourself
Damn, that
on
shit
fire.
looks painful.
It's all in the art
Am I able to
of
make one
learning,
more
I
check
guess.
For this one? Or is that starting
What's
a new
up?
project? So I have to wait.
You
Start
get
a new
there
project.
tonight to the
Can't do
that
that.
place in the
Yeah,
sky.
I can't do that today, can I?
Place.
Arcanoria?
Yeah,
You
Yep.
you going anywhere special?
yeah, I had Lyceum. We're going. Yeah, I find this individual. I don't know if you heard us talking at breakfast.
Oh, the guy you want
Oh,
to skip
I did.
talk to Leland about.
Yeah, found out he was over there somewhere.
Oh, okay. So there's a stipulation with it. Sorry, pull out the coin. It's a one-use thing. You have to go talk to. I mean, I keep getting mine from the Magisterium, but I'm pretty sure Tobias would have one, or probably anybody in the council would have one.
All right.
What you want to do is you want to take it, toss it in the water, and then a portal opens up and you go through it.
All right.
If they ask about me, tell them I'm still thinking about it. They'll know what I'm talking about.
And now he's gonna do it.
We'll do.
Do you have money to get there and back? It costs gold to get in. I don't know what happens if you don't have gold.
Yeah, Moldred might be some fun.
That's a good point.
Oh shit!
We should test that.
They kick you off.
They
the
just do like a
fucking island.
random teleport.
All right. Okay.
Oh, you're
There's
the
also some
player.
cool shops there if you want to check them out. I went to the market for a very short time. The rest of them hung out there for a bit. Got some cool stuff. There's a little shop called something Oddities and Perplexities. Guy's kind of weird, but he paid a lot of money for stuff.
Do you buy any books from up there?
I haven't bought any out there. They have a huge library, and they allow me to go into a special part where I just pull a book off the shelf, think of something, and it shows whatever I want.
I
That's
just
pretty
kind of
cool.
got it made, honestly.
All
Dude
right.
just walks in places and they
I'll
give him
get
whatever he
some of
wants.
But
I'll
remember,
see when I'm over
main
there, I
thing,
guess.
remember the coin. If not, we can't get back there.
All right.
He gets to the Lyceum. He's like, what was I supposed to get again?
You don't think
Something about a gold.
we can't just say Tobias' name 3 times and then he comes and gives us a coin? That
Tobias,
doesn't work?
Tobias,
Find
Tobias.
there.
Hey guys.
I heard the keepers were
Have there.
mentioning my name. What's up?
Oh, we just needed a coin. And he's like, oh, cool, here. See you guys later. They can't
It'll
give
put
us-
you into the teleport to the Lyceum will put you into the office of, what was he? An Archmage?
Serious.
Yeah, homie.
Archmage for the Lyceum. Viserius. So it's gonna be up. You're just gonna have to go down some stairs and leave. Just a heads up. He's not much of a friendly person either, so if you see him, probably
Nurse
don't
have
mind.
good relations with people there.
I don't think Neris has been
I
there.
think she has.
To the Lyceum?
I think we all
Yeah.
Yeah, she went there once.
Did she?
Yeah.
I don't think you talked to the
Okay.
Archmage, though.
I think I was the only one that talked to him.
Yeah.
True.
All right.
Or Finn.
Finn talks to him every day.
If a weird guy in like brown robes comes and talks to you and asks about the keepers, he's an old friend.
All right.
Just run as far as you can.
Grab him, kidnap him, bring him back.
Then he turns back time. He
All right,
expects
Devin,
you
come.
come. Like it kills you.
Busts into
Go
the
kidnap
window.
them in real life.
You were playing D&D. Sorry. We kidnapped your character. You have to come play.
The fin heist. The fish heist.
All right.
Finn.
Gather Neris and set belongings. And this seems like it will not take nearly as long, but you will have to fly back. So it'll probably be a week instead of 2 weeks.
Worth the
Coin a
expedite.
flip. Hits the water. There's a quick ripple before the water starts to turn into this circle. The water kind of splashes to the side till there's like this mirage of energy where you can kind of see white marble on the other side. Step through along with Neris and Wraith. Entering, your first time being here, you see the marble walls and pillars. A desk to the far side of an individual. Older man, wispy kind of hair. You can see that he is looking at some papers at the moment. Neris is just kind of behind you, waiting to walk up.
Excuse me? How do you do?
Greetings. First time in Okanoria.
Yes.
Very well.
Name's Azrael.
He kind of looks at you for a moment before looking at Neris. How do you know about Okanoria?
Been around a long time. May have been here when this place was not in the air.
That's how we get it for free.
He's gotta know what to do.
It's like he's on the list. He gets it for free.
He owns this place. A part of it. This is where he makes all of his money. We figured it out.
Azrael's Odd
Is
Goods.
your name Azrael?
Yes.
Don't seem to have a...
He's banned.
He's blacklisted.
Don't seem to have
We do to those guys to the incinerator.
an agreement here, but you're already permitted to enter without signing a contract. It's...
He's grandfather again.
Wait, you could go run around and tell everybody about Arcanoria. Get out and go.
Spread the word.
The Magisterium is going to want to speak with you.
He's to get another coin.
I don't,
No, well, I need to see him for a coin anyway.
I don't quite understand what's
You broke it.
occurring here, but
Damn, I wish I would have been there for this.
it will still
This guy always
be-
acts like he doesn't know the fuck we are every time we come through. He's got our names on a list too.
Because then the folks wouldn't have upon me, not this weird ass guy showing up out of
It will
nowhere.
still be 150 gold pieces for your tax.
150? I don't know about Wraith.
Scam.
All right.
Wraith's hidden, dude.
Scam.
Give him the bags and Muldrag Gaming.
Damn, can't buy anything.
Run.
And come back.
He's stacked, dude. He's stacked.
He's not stacked.
He's got so much money, it's
I
crazy.
got some.
All right. I'm not sure how well my memory will serve where everything is, but I will do my best.
Very well. And the door opens up. As the door opens, you see a large sky, blue and clear, clouds here and there, but not very vast. The building itself in front of you, if memory serves you right, everything is pretty similar to
So
how
easily
you kind
they
of
wouldn't even
remember it. You do, however, remember there being a lot of forest around it previously, there being a lot more people, and it not floating in the sky. You're
Is there any wildlife or trees or anything? Nature?
not up here. Typically only birds are what fly past, and they're like the Lumeron that you typically see, the kind of rainbow-colored eagles. You look around intently at everything to try to take it in as best you can, but you do remember the time when it was yanked from the earth and kind of pushed up. It's a little strange being up here. You remember previously what you had done in places like this, but nonetheless, you can see the Hall of Gillian before you. You hear behind you the gatekeeper speaking out to you. To that building there. Go on, the Magisterium will be in there. Just ask for him, Magisterium Adrixia, or anybody of the Arcane Sect. They're going to want to see you.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Goes like a random direction.
He goes to the market.
After you, I guess.
She walks forward to the hall. Making your way inside, this building here was pretty similar to how you remember it, but the inside is very, very different. There are a lot more of these pillars that have been built. The pylons that are floating around in here were not here when you were here previously. And the room that is built on the far side, where those double doors are, where the sect is located, was not there previously. It seems like some form of an addition. When you walk in, you can see that there are two people having a conversation before a third approaches and joins in on it. One of them is a middle-aged man. He's got like a goatee, slick black hair, silver robes. You can hear him kind of speaking a little bit. There is a dwarven individual, very bulbous features, black and gray hair. He's got these brown and maroon robes on, and a beautiful elven woman, tall. She has these vibrant kind of teal, blue, and green orbs. The three of them look over to you, as it's quite quiet in here. Your footsteps kind of carry, and then they stop as you get in further. Three of them look. The dwarven individual says a quick word to the man and woman before he walks past you. Doesn't really pay much attention. She takes her hand up towards her chin, and he kind of looks the human individual.
It's the only one.
Howdy.
Greetings. And you might be?
Name's Azrael.
Azrael. Interesting. Can I help you?
Looking for the Magister Adrixia?
I think so.
Magister Adrixia? What is her name?
The Magisterium?
Yep.
Adrixia?
Yep.
That's the one.
How did you get here?
I got a coin
Man, I'm
from my
I'm gonna get in trouble.
friend Connor.
Friend.
Yes.
You think he robbed us? I mean,
I mean, it adds up. I see one of the keepers with you at least. Very well then. I'll bring you to the Magisterium.
You are?
I'm Tobias, member of the Arcane Sect. This is Fenervia.
Member.
Nice to meet you. Guy at the front gate, whatever, said that this person would want to speak to me, so.
Yes, I'm not sure how exactly you know about Orcanoria, or they wouldn't have been able to tell you. There's some magic bound to it.
The place is a little refurbished since the last time I was here, so.
When was the last time you were here?
When the roots of the earth below were still clinging to Zaxria.
It's not, the Magisterium will definitely want to speak with you then. I'll join in myself. Please, I'll bring you to him.
Alright.
Walks in and takes you into the room. As the Magisterium is standing in the center part of this raised platform, the background of these metallic rings are kind of spinning around before they eventually stop. You can see a little bit of bright light coming from the front of his head before he turns around, and it begins to dull a little bit. The eyes still glowing, but not as bright as they were previous. Turns around with his hands. Welcome to Orcanoria.
Feet watching.
Name's Azrael.
I know who you are.
He's your brother.
Right on. Assuming you are Magister?
Magister.
I am.
What can I do you by?
You are the only person that knows of Orcanoria that's been traveling Zaxria, for however long you've been traveling, that has not signed our clause, if you would. But you've also been able to keep a secret for a long time.
Good. I mean, no one needs to know.
I respect and understand that entirely. But I will try to have you sign something for
You gotta sign the NDA.
a little peace of mind for myself.
It's not gonna work.
Well, I guess that's a fair trade then.
Good. As long as we're in agreement with that, I'll help you with whatever it is you may need.
Free entry to the city.
Forever.
Negotiate free entry to the city.
Is there other things you supposed
a
to see me
passing
for
eagle.
other than make sure you got my signature?
Well, if you know, or were there, when Arkanoria split from the rest of Zaxria and became its own entity, you understand why it's very important to us to keep that secret.
Of course.
To keep things hidden, protected. We do a lot more up here than just float around. There has been a great deal of things that we have done and stopped and helped, and continue to do so. And will only be able to do so
Because of the
if things are kept a secret.
Of course.
Right. I'll have Tobias take care of that. You got here from one of the keepers, I'm presuming, as
Yes.
Mr. Lothran is here with you.
Yes. Gunner gave me his coin. So of course I'm gonna need one on the exit.
He does like a quick movement of his hand. You feel your pocket kind of shift.
You just stole all your money.
Pranked! To steal all your money, Frank.
The coin will be enough.
Classic.
I came here to I was told I could reach Lyceum through here much quicker than by dragon.
Yes, you'll be able to.
But Connor says he got quite a few books up here. Or was able to glean some knowledge about a lot of things. Thought maybe I could, if you have some books or something I could peruse. Or,
I mean, look at your book.
If you and I can have a moment alone, then we'll talk about possibly doing that.
okay.
Fucks him up.
He just looks over to Tobias, who gestures for Neris to leave,
I'm a full-fledged mage
along
because
with
of you,
Minervia,
bitch.
who walk out to where it's just the two of you remaining.
Waited for this day for years.
So, Azrael,
That's me.
how is it that you've been able to be around for that long?
That's a damn good question.
You don't know.
It's not for certain, but I have a general idea.
Is it by divine means, arcane means?
I wish. More sinister in nature.
Well,
One day, we knew it all along.
Not by my choice, though.
I'm sure that our library will give you more information. And if you would, please. And he kind of moves his hand quickly. A piece of paper begins to kind of float. He manifests a podium beneath it and sets it in front of you.
That's pretty cool.
Your signature, please.
Dude, I want to ask that. No.
I'll know
Is there writing on it?
What's that?
Is there like writing and descriptions of stuff on the paper?
Mm-hmm.
Gotta read the fine print.
Just make sure nothing's out of the ordinary.
Make an investigation check.
You cannot
You
tell
now
any-
sign your soul to Arkanoria.
19.
19. Nothing seems misleading or awry in any way. It appears that it is genuinely just like an NDA, if you would, that Arkanoria is not up here. You've never heard of
Pay
it.
the 50 gold fee.
That you can't discuss it with anybody who hasn't heard of it. speak freely with people who do, but you will not be able to, by any means, let anyone know.
Alright. Sign it.
You go to lift your hand up and then think, I don't have a pen before he manifests one into your hand. Quill and ink sits there. Take
I don't have 100,000 gold in my hand. Maybe. Is that possible?
Sign it with a real name, if you would, please.
Azrael is his real name.
Frank.
Shit.
It's interesting you say that.
Well, I know more about you than you think.
That's
Just trying to see what it is you'll tell me.
Sign it.
Signs it. He moves his hands before clasping them in front of him. The podium, the paper, and the ink and quill disappear.
I need to know. Zone of truth, dude. I got him.
I don't know.
No, you can be rest assured that Arcanoria will never leave my lips outside.
Arcanoria.
Besides, I'm talking to other people who know about Arcanoria.
Very well. Tobias will be outside. Inform him that I let you use the library for what it is you need. But be careful what you look for.
Alright.
Even though you think you know what it is, I can promise you, Mr. Asher, that you do not.
Write it down, write it down.
Alright.
We're not there. We are not. It was 150 gold because I came with
Taking
him.
everything here needs to stay here.
Nothing is to leave.
Alright.
Disguised yourself as a wraith. I couldn't tell the difference.
Well, thank you for your time.
It's fucking
for
hard to sit
finally
on her
visiting.
shoulder.
The doors open up. Tobias and Neris are both standing outside. You can see Wraith on her shoulder.
Alright, Wraith, go big.
Alright.
It's
Not today, not today.
I'm tired.
Sore.
Can't do it.
I've been
Walk back.
granted access to the library.
He kind of looks through, understanding, nods. Alright, very well. This way then. He walks over to the door, moves his hands quickly around it, making a bunch of motions before it unlocks.
Memorized.
Opens the door up. After you, ladies first. Neris walks in, and then he gestures for you once more to go as well. Closes the door behind him. You watch like this purple burst of energy around the lock. Make your way up. Whenever you're ready, the door will be open for you to leave. And then the marble gateway is on the kind of northwestern side of the city itself, so it's easy to find.
Thank you.
Certainly. Good luck, I guess.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks. So, when I look around, there's not just a bunch of books.
There are a bunch of like dark leather bound books. All of them just have very broad titles of whatever it may be, going all the way from A to Z, from Ephiel to Zaxria. I mean, it's just whatever you can think of in between.
Do you know how this works?
No, not in the slightest. I know that Connor did it a couple of times. It helped. You're definitely going to find whatever it is you're looking for. Hopefully, whatever you're looking for, you actually want to find.
Alright.
I'm actually going to do some looking myself, and she just kind of walks over to the bookshelf.
We'll start something less difficult, I guess. So look for the H's. For hemomancy.
Oh, okay. You start going through all of the H's, trying to find any of them. You don't find any like thing that says specifically hemomancy. You find like hemo with a hyphen and mages, hemo magic, hematology. There's a lot of like stuff pertaining to that. You flip through those books as well and kind of look into them, and most of what is in there does not seem to be relating to anything that you would hope.
All right. Nothing world ending there, so that's good. Slide that one back.
All right.
Um,
Also, if there's stuff that you do not want to disclose and say out loud, you can always message me in Discord later.
No, you
and
have
I
to
will
say
send
all
it
of
to
it
you.
out loud.
Yep.
Right now.
How it works.
Legally.
That is
You sign the
completely up to you.
contract.
It's
Yeah, you
not up to
said-
you, and you have to
You said
say it out loud.
So if there's stuff that you don't want to give information to, you're more than welcome to message me in Discord, and then I will send it to you, the information that you find on it. But if there's stuff
That's
that you're
fucked up,
comfortable
Billy.
with just finding out now,
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Go back to your G
you're
Fusion.
just gonna search Epoch of Resolution.
okay. There are several portions inside of that. The epochs, all of them have they're like lined up. You know, Epoch of Peace, Epoch of Resolution, all this other good
Epoch
stuff.
of homies. That one was fun.
That was a good epoch.
Daisy Epoch.
Epoch of epochs. That one was
Tupac
weird.
Epoch.
Epoch of Tupac.
Hey, he's alive. He's living in Arkanoria, man.
Oh shit.
I knew it.
It's a hologram.
All right. So,
Just like at
reading
Coachella.
the Epoch of Resolution.
The Arkanoria landing was faked.
The Epoch of Resolution lasted about 500 years from the information that you're reading into. You find that there's one major event that occurs in the entire thing that catches your attention, which is the Dark War. It starts about 50 years into it and lasts for probably about 200 years.
Exciting.
The Dark War itself is this time frame where good and evil are pretty much battling over Zaxria to have influence over it. Evil deities, good deities alike, are themselves on the world. They don't have people that are followers yet. They don't have people who really believe in them. There's no really set pantheon in this world really yet until everything is resolved and done with. This epoch is very, very harsh in the beginning, and there is a lot of influence from evil deities that sticks around through certain means. There's a lot of influence through good deities that stick around that are a lot more obvious. Obviously, temples that are built and that stand strong. The whole city of Teneveth that is there. The Epoch of Resolution is when the city of Teneveth was actually created too, probably maybe the 280th year or so that you can read. A lot of the events that you're finding in here, none of them really draw a ton of interest to you, but most of them bring up some sort of ideas or memories of whatever may have occurred past the 55th year.
The names of these deities, extremely familiar to me.
Make an intelligence check.
15.
15. Reading into it, a lot of the deities that you find within the book. Just going to run off some names. Only one of them sticks out, but most of the ones that you read are still pretty familiar to you, that you can remember. You just don't really correlate them to anything, like you don't know what they're really the deity of, but you see a lot of Ephiel, Heliod, Athene, Moradin. These are very basic gods that you have seen time and time again. All of these gods seem to be the ones that have some form of heavy influence during this time, along with Cabraxith. You also find in there mentions of Malar. Then you start to get down towards the evil deities. deities of twisted and dark nature. Erebos, been hearing about a lot lately. You've heard of Gragda. Gragda, mainly from their conversations and the writings that were given to you. There is mention of Urina in here. Also Grugar, who is the Durgar evil pantheon. The name that jumps out to you and sticks out is Ferrix.
He's a good guy.
He's not.
Ferrix is
Listen under the evil deities.
essentially what appears to be an archdevil
That could be a good guy.
ascended to godhood through deals.
That's pretty good.
That's a good guy. Oh, he's really good at deals.
He is a god of murder, deception, and betrayal. He has no allies. Everyone is his enemy, and the only thing he seeks is greater power at all times.
See, he's not a good or a bad guy.
No, he's a pretty bad guy.
He's just a piece of shit.
What a cool guy.
The biggest things you take from it are he is an evil god that fell to become an archdevil. So he's not actually like a full-on deity right now. He's just an archdevil that makes deals to gain power.
Wow. Imagine not even being a fucking deity yet.
Was a god at one point.
I have a feeling we're gonna lose 2 levels again.
Yeah.
Because of someone.
Can you draw any faces from these names I've been reading?
Of the like deities and such. For the most part, most of them are just depictions. Like I said, the book itself kind of expands and gets bigger based upon what you're thinking of.
Does he have an image in his head of these? Of any of these?
Do you have an image in your head of what he would probably appear to be like?
Any of these?
While he's thinking about what it looks like, does the book change at all?
It does, but it only shows like depictions of what other people have drawn or statues and things like that. But when it comes to Ferrix, anytime you think of like what he may look like, all that appears is like this very, very black, darkened page with like shades and shadows drawn upon it that show just like a set of eyes. They're not red or like evil looking, they just kind of look cunning and deceitful, if you would. They're like this piercing kind of silverish, almost green color.
Where's Mills here? He's still alive. He was already there once.
Think about like fiendish weaknesses and like strategies to fight them.
Okay. Make an intelligence check again for me.
21.
21. Alright. Find a book just titled Fiend or Fiends, and reading into that, you can find that it's very, very broad and vast of what fiends can be and really what they are. They're kind of this type of creature that is essentially almost a minion in a way. Many of them that you read about. Many of them minions to like demons and devils. Some of them are just of the world and naturally just terrible, horrendous creatures. But for the most part, fiend by fiend, it just depends on what kind of...
Anything new that I wouldn't know?
From what you're like reading into it, you have a pretty solid foundation of knowledge of like most fiends, and nothing in here really jumps out to you in any way that would be beneficial.
Alright, and then just 2 more quick ones. The Taken Serpent.
Okay, we'll get to Taken Serpent. Okay. As you take the book and kind of... There's no like book specific on Taken Serpent, but you can find one that's like ships or something along those lines. You grab it and think about it. The book gets quite large, probably about this big. Make it an investigation check for me.
Come out
Is
10,
he a good
come out 10
skimmer?
years older.
Does it have an index?
12.
12. Alright. It's hard to sift through a lot of it. A lot of it looks like some form of ledgers that have the Taken Serpent's name on it that the book has like taken from the world and essentially photocopied and scanned and put on here. A lot of them are inventories taking into account all of these things. You can see some of them are trade routes, some of them are
Marked down, or I don't know if I can physically write down anything in here, but I could. I don't know if they allow things to be written down to like copy things out of the books or not. I'm gonna try and write down.
Yeah, you can write down
a map in my notebook.
Okay.
Of the trade route.
Yeah. Most of the trade route you can see branches from like the top part, like the northwestern side of Ophelia, and then brings itself back down to like Southbrook into Fenore, and then travels across the Klempt Sea for like a long period of time. And you can actually see inside of the Klempt Sea, there appears to be some form of an island that is drawn there. That looks like a skull or something like that. That is not on any map that you've seen before.
Real original pirate. I'm
I'm
just
gonna
kidding.
write that down.
Yep. Then from that kind of island that has been drawn there, there are several trade routes that branch out off of it in several different directions, heading all over the place.
God, who knew books could be so
Island
helpful?
is in a big skull too.
Oh,
It's not just on the map.
that's kind of cool.
The last one's gonna be corn.
Corin? Okay. Like the full name or just Corin?
Corn by the day.
Okay.
Corn, the vegetable.
Books here directly pertaining to people are a little sketchy, but you're able to do it. There's no problems with doing so. You just find a book that's titled like People or something, you grab it, open it up, and look into it. You find a lot. It's a pretty hefty book. It starts from the day he was born, and then continues on and on and on and on and on and on and on. If you want, you make an investigation check. Essentially, you jump to the end of the book, as logic would dictate.
11.
11.
This morning.
You find the location of his estate. You find a bunch of papers relating to guards that he has hired for his estate. A lot of papers that he signs that seem very legit business type trade routes and acknowledgments of such. It seems that his job is some sort of a mediator. He finds goods and places where goods need to be brought to, and he sets up the trade route and signs off on it, gets a crew for it. Seems like he has a lot of people that work under him as well, but it seems like his job is extremely beneficial, like fortunate, like he is very wealthy from what he does, and it's all over the place. It doesn't seem like there's anywhere his trade doesn't touch. Ezeron is definitely excluded from it though. It doesn't seem like it goes over there at all. You can even see a couple of trade routes that go into that frozen tundra area in the top part, but it looks like more of goods that are being taken from there to somewhere else.
Nice.
You don't really see his name on much of anything connecting him to the Taken Serpent in any way. The only things that you have found are things that could easily be said that were stolen from him by the Taken Serpent. Like all the documents you saw that had his name on it that were connected to them was seeming to be things that he had taken, or that the Serpent could have taken, if that makes sense. So there's nothing really that could like criminalize him based on the stuff that you saw. But you do find the location of his estate. It's actually much closer to the keep than it is the Lyceum. It's pretty much smack dab in the middle of that Brimshire forest. It's kind of on the edge of it, seems to be built into it. You can see the plans for the estate. It's very in-depth. It's a lot of information to like look at and remember.
Noting down important stuff.
Yeah.
And then I'll head out.
All right.
Just goes blank.
You close the book, and then upon closing it, it gets down to the same exact size that it was when you first grabbed it. Grab it and sit it on the shelf.
I mean, he might look at other things, but
You'll message me later. Got it. Eventually, Tobias comes up. You might be like halfway through a book or something. He's like, all right, it's quite enough. It's a lot of information, and knowledge is power, so
yeah, I think my head just grew about 5 inches around. So
I'm sure it did.
You can't tell.
Typically, coming up here is very dangerous if the wrong people do so, but Magisterium let you up here, but I think it's time we go down now. It's a lot of looking you've done.
Cut off. Feels bad, man.
Government's trying to silence you. Don't let it.
All right.
Kill him.
Anything else you want to do before going to the gateway?
No.
All right.
He doesn't have enough gold to buy anything. These crazy animals.
All right. So in the meantime, for the sake of brevity for you, we'll just have you make your way to the gateway. You're at the Lyceum. We'll get to that in a second, and then back to you guys for the next day for you.
What is the date now?
The date now.
Would it be like the 16th or 17th?
Let me get to my calendar.
18th, by chance.
20th?
Possibly the 18th.
31st?
Is he done with his thing already? Are the checks done?
I had like 6 things open to make sure that I was accurate with
Is it the 9th next month?
everything that was going on there. All right, so
I was looking at my timeline.
yeah, I had my phone open. I was flipped to a page of my notes book. This is open.
You got this.
All right, so
88 for the book for me.
88 for you. Okay, that should be 4.
I know.
Should I ask him about something about the history of Azash or something random like that?
Just to throw everybody off.
He's like, Map Stazeron, Map Stazeron. Think about Map Stazeron.
It is the 16th.
Ooh, so we're so close.
Called it.
Think about
Yeah,
my
that's what
poppy
I
and
thought.
Ezra.
75.
And then,
For your training, that is
Say like 30 or something.
In my training.
75.
Yeah, say
I
like
got
2
points.
3 points?
2. Yeah, 2. I got 1 point.
for
Okay.
the starting of the bigger one,
It's better than 0.
that's 14.
Oh, it's
For
the same
what?
points.
For
I can't
The
roll
percentage.
No, I meant it's better
Yeah.
than
To
0
like see if you
points.
can do it.
I guess.
yeah.
Okay. All right, so you're successful.
All right.
So go ahead and make your check. Crafting score is gonna be 8 on this one.
8.
Yes.
Yep.
Because it's bigger.
It's
bigger.
1 fail.
Okay.
That's 2 fails.
So 2 no progress.
Hey, you just gotta make 1 progress.
Because if you have 3 consecutive no progress rolls, you lose the materials. It's
Try
a lot
one more
easier
time.
when you have that little bit of proficiency in there as
So
well.
that
All right, so
Constitution.
save. Success.
Way success, yeah.
Check. Plus your dex.
11.
11. That's 1 point.
There you go.
Sweet.
Now it's clear. Now you can do 3 fails again. 2 fails.
Really?
As long as you don't get
like
3
death
no
saves.
progresses in a roll,
Yeah.
you can continue.
Well, once you're up.
So you would have done a con save to make another
That
roll,
would have been a con save.
which would
That
equal.
is.
It would have to be 15, but I don't think that's 15. It would have been 13.
I got a
right?
plus 9,
Yeah,
so
so it's 13.
13.
Yeah, so you'd have failed. So you have a point of exhaustion.
But you can still make another
Can I
check.
get exhausted?
Yes.
Okay.
Are we making another cannon?
Yeah, we can.
But you said I could still do the
Do you
check.
wanna do
if
the
I
initial
fail the
check?
Constitution.
Yeah, you just have it at disadvantage
I
because you have
think
point
you
of exhaustion.
proficiency if you're pretty soon.
So that's.
But I can give us both advantage. So.
I think I'm still at disadvantage.
6. So that's
Oh,
one
are
fail.
you?
Progress.
Do you want to
Okay.
sleep another day and then start the cannon tomorrow?
You might as well start it now, you know?
I mean, we have like a better shot at it. If do this
Still, the score still on is still 30. I'd say you can send some people of the crew to get a little bit more materials because you need like the frame and such and more metal because you used.
We're at 180. So.
Yeah.
How heavy are these things?
They're probably like a good 400 to 500 pounds, like per cannon.
Oh, it's light as hell.
I can carry him.
Oh, I don't know how much weight the ship can take.
Right. I could probably handle the 2 cannons. 3, I don't think you're gonna be pushing it. I mean, 4, you probably wouldn't be pushing it, but like beyond that, like including like food, supplies, the ammo, the ship's pretty sturdy. So I mean, you could hold quite a bit. It's just a matter of you guys actually having the materials.
Just make this one.
Well, we had 200 before.
Stern?
Right.
And we made 2 cannons out of it.
Right. Okay, so we'll say it's 100 pounds. But the only thing is that it's like the item's weight times 2,
Make a
which
stern
is
gun.
insane to me. So 100 gold worth of iron really isn't shit to create a whole cannon.
Yeah. I don't know how that would work.
But if you guys have the materials, it's fine. If you can use the rest
Do
of the
we
iron,
have the
not the rest of
materials?
it, but you'll have enough iron to do so because you had
would
like
use
200
up
before.
We would use up half.
Yeah, you'd
the whole
use
thing.
half of it.
Forge
Make it-
armor?
Was that?
Forge armor? Platings for the ship? On the
Oh yeah,
side?
I sure could.
Trying to figure out how to do that.
You could use a defensive a skirt.
Yeah, but
For
I
the top
don't know
of
how
it?
to affix it to the ship. Though.
Yeah.
things on the side of the bow.
It's like skidding through the water. It's just down.
A cannonball's not going to do much damage to the water.
No, it's talking about theskirt.
What are
like,
you saying?
Like
If it's just like
dragging.
hanging
If you
over
have
the
like
ship,
a
it's gonna
huge
slow
iron
down.
piece on the side of your ship, it's gonna slow you down.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's gonna act
We're
like
trying
a
to
bunch of
zoom.
anchors hanging off the side of the ship.
Yeah.
If we ain't zooming, we're doing it
Just-
wrong.
I don't know. That's
You
what
can
I'm
make
saying. I'm trying to-
composite spaced armor.
No, I can't do that yet.
Gotta make it out of an alloy so it's lightweight.
Don't know.
Can make a space marine.
Maybe Ezra.
Depleted uranium armor.
You have
There we
any
go.
ideas about that, Andrew? Know how to attach like metal plates to the ship so that we can block cannonballs from hitting us?
I've never done that before.
Okay.
I don't know exactly how it would work. I think it could be done, but
Alright. You want to take today to make some plans, and that way, tomorrow when you're feeling a little bit less tired, we can start on the cannon.
I guess I could try to come up with something for the plates
Or
on
we
the
can
side.
start the cannon today. It's up to you.
We can wait till tomorrow. Try to see if I can figure out something for the things. If not, I'm pretty sure Ezreal could.
Yeah, that's probably true. He should be back in like a week.
I'll get working on that. See if I can figure something out. If not, we can wait for him.
Make a. You're not going to make a percentage roll because it's just making plans, but I'll set a crafting score once we have a good idea of what you're trying to create. So just roll a d20, add your proficiency and intelligence modifier to
I have a
create some
huge
sort of
fucking
plans.
brain, so
Based on that, I will.
by a huge brain I mean I have a +1 intelligence.
How far does that messenger go?
What? My animal messenger? Like 50
Proficiency
miles.
proficiency plus intelligence?
Proficiency plus intelligence. Yes.
18.
18? Okay. So, you know that you don't want to mess with the hull of the ship at all. You don't want to mess with what's like directly contacted to the water, and it also really doesn't. You don't really want to mess. You don't want leaks in any way, like coming from the spot that's constantly in water. You think that you could probably affix it to the top part in some way. You're going to have to affix it to the ship in some way, like with fasteners. You're going to have to like pretty much cut or drill whatever through the ship. Not drill, essentially, because you don't have a drill, but you're going to have to
I'm making a drill.
pierce the ship in some way on the top part in order to affix some sort of metallic defense system to it in some way.
Dude. I think that'd be an
There's really no other way to spin
Do I know
it.
if that would like even really help?
It depends on how big of a piece of metal you make, honestly. You'd imagine it'd probably be quite a bit of metal, too, in order to do so. You'd have to, like, hope that they hit the spot that you have the armor plating on, is what it is.
Yeah.
Is there ship armor?
Probably not.
I don't know.
But you have some sort of an idea that you could start on, but you don't have to completely do it. You can just scrap it. And not
Oh, I didn't even think about it. I should have asked them to try and fucking get a harpoon when they were at that fucking place.
Even if we get hit by a cannonball, I can stop water from coming into the ship.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all the places where the cannonball actually like doing anything, we couldn't armor up.
Yeah. So it might not be worth it.
Yeah.
I say we just put a bangalore in the front of the ship.
We're just gonna go for
A
another
stick
cannon.
with an explosive charge.
I think so.
We ram it.
We'll start that tomorrow.
It's a bangalore.
Today I want to try and just make some almost like tiny T blocks that I can put in the floor to hold the cannons from blasting off the other side of the ship when we fire.
That
them.
would be unfortunate.
Out of, like, metal.
Yeah, just like little, just little like
It's like a kickstand.
a little
almost.
angle for like both of the.
Like wheel chucks?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Alright, I got you.
You gotta
just
do
like
a-
blocks to
like
hold
a-
it in place.
Like a howitzer, dude.
so it can be lifted out of it,
brace.
but it's not moving.
Yeah, just
Okay, I got you.
Alright.
the
on
rocks
same
it
page
back
as you
and
now.
sets it
Cool.
back forward.
You just shoot it, let it roll to the
My
other
daily,
side, catch the fucking
see if I can
thing,
craft for the day.
Like an actual pirate ship.
Yeah.
New day, by the way. If you guys want to
New
do it every
day.
time.
New day?
71.
17th. 71.
Would they
Yep.
making bands around
60
the hull,
for the book.
like long metal strips along like the hull that reinforce the structure at all? Instead of just making big plates.
But don't you still have to put holes in
Still
there?
think we should do the Bangalore.
So like the
They put
hull
them
of
on
the
the inside maybe, and then like brace them with a pillar or something.
right, yeah, you could do something like that. You sure could.
Wait.
Like,
I don't know.
Are these deck cannons, or are these the ones that go underneath?
Underneath.
They're underneath?
Wait, I thought they were on top of the deck.
Then they don't need to be
No,
deck brakes.
they're on top of the deck. I don't
Well, they're
think
just
we
like
can-
tiny
Deck
little.
cannons?
They're like tiny little.
Yeah,
or
I'm pretty sure
hull
we can-
cannons?
they're deck cannons.
We don't
Deck
even
cannons?
have
Okay.
anything
You
for
guys
that.
don't really have anything underneath
Yeah.
at all.
Okay.
That's not a
Your
normal
ship's
thing
not
on
like
ships.
tall enough to facilitate it being
Oh.
beneath the level.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
So
they're
that's-
definitely
Deck
like deck cannons.
So yeah, I'd go with the
These
howitzer
ships, or
V
most ships
that
in
holds
like
it.
this world wouldn't have that anyway, because you wouldn't usually have cannons, right?
This is just
Correct.
really tiny. It's just the same size as.
So like
That's-
everything's on the deck.
Oh, that's 80. Never mind. Yeah, that's 80 for the book.
Okay,
62.
It's 4, right?
for your book. Okay, that's
oh wait, are we rolling?
you guys are gonna have to print these out.
Is it
yourself, so I'm
another
gonna have to
day?
tell you.
Yeah, he says the new day.
3 points.
17th.
And yours is.
Wait, is it? It's in the thing, isn't it?
It's in your
Oh.
Just pull it up on your phone.
Yeah.
It's in the resources part.
One more day, and I get to roll
As long as you like let me know the number and that you're doing progress every day, that way we know we're going back and forth.
Whittling.
And then I have to for the cannon. What do I have to do?
37.
Roll the crafting
You're s-
check to start the day.
You're starting a new cannon, right? Right. Okay. So roll your percentage. You need anywhere from 0 to 90%, and then that makes you allowed to craft for the day.
11.
All right. So you can craft.
Poggers.
D20 plus your dex plus proficiency.
I'm a what? 23.
23. All right.
Good. Hey.
Keep track of that.
Yeah,
Pretty
3
Alright,
points.
this is for the frames to hold the cannons. Natural 20,
Yep.
so 25 total.
So it gets 4 crafting points to it. We're gonna call it. It's gonna be a little more complicated than just
Okay.
the balls themselves. I'd imagine you could probably do it without a mold. You just kind of take this big basic shape and whittle it down to whatever you need it to be.
Okay.
So we'll just set it to 10 even.
Okay, 10.
To make it, and then when you get it to the 10, just roll a d4 and it'll be for that many cannons that you do it for. So as long as you can get it for at least 2.
So that's an extra 20 on actually whittling.
So I just
Actually,
go until I die of
gives you 4
exhaustion.
points. 3, 4, and then a plus 2 to both of your rolls for the next thing.
Okay.
D20 plus your dex, plus 2.
8. 9. Ah,
How much?
that's one fail.
How much iron does it use?
Constitution saving
Yeah.
throw
These
beyond.
things?
What's that?
How much iron am I using up for these things?
For each one of them,
Yeah.
we'll just
28.
call it like 2 pounds. So like 2 bars.
28.
28. Okay. So that's a save for it being not exhausted.
Fuck!
No progress. Doing
One
it
more.
again. Need a 15.
Don't break it again.
18.
Success.
I'm done.
That's 2 no progresses in a row. Helps having an extra proficiency.
Yeah, I'm at 42.
Close.
Yeah.
Might
Get
behoove you to
Fuck it,
just
we'll do one
finish it. And, all right, need a 20 for your con save.
That's definitely a 20.
Yeah,
That's
get
22.
+9.
I thought you were just. I thought that was one of those moments.
You like
So you
dropped
lost-
it
yeah,
and didn't
you
even
lost all
roll.
progress.
Fuck, I broke him.
Yeah, it's
I'm
broken.
pissed.
You lose. You can't really lose half the material, so you just lose the whole
I'll
thing.
lose that.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I'm gonna work more on the cannon.
You can give it to the culinary
I'm
guys.
just gonna
They
try
can
to
use
make
it
more
to smoke some
cannonballs
meat
with
in.
the rest of the day. I'm gonna leave
Fuck off.
the frame for now, and I'm just gonna try to do some cannonballs.
It's 10 on the first exhaustion, right?
Correct.
How close in layout is our ship to that one?
So
Fucking bad eggs.
That one is not.
I was
That
gonna
one's
say
like.
you can luck, but you already used it.
Yeah, hold on. I'll grab your guys'
Hero dice?
Explain a little better.
I guess a visual would help to see
Yeah.
Said
how
you
we
did.
can outfit it.
Yeah. Damn.
Oh, rip.
You fucked up.
Got that big cool ship.
So your
Just to use that one.
ship is
This one's good.
Your ship is wide. It's it's not as
I think we
tall.
need some
It sits in
sides.
the water quite a bit. You have a very large bit of it under the water.
Put a
Probably
big
like
old
double what this
metal
is
ramming
underneath.
spike on the front.
So like that's what would be showing if it's above water, pretty much.
Right.
It's a heavy bitch,
Uh,
pretty much.
There is like when you go underneath the the deck of the ship, there's like a room to this backside where the captain's quarters sits behind here. There's no like windows or anything on it because of where it sits, like so low below the water. But these are about the size of the cannons.
Oh!
So
We can make like 30 of them.
No, we can't.
yeah,
we
the
can't
ship
support
is,
the weight
is
of
a very sturdy ship. It is
It's a ship.
You
a
bought it
ship,
from,
man.
Bought it from somebody who was essentially was in like the trade business.
Perfect for pirates.
Was at some point, captain of whatever, but your ship, for the most part, is not outfitted for any form of seafare. Like,
Is there a crow nest on the top?
yes, I just didn't attach it, but there should be one here.
It actually just cuts off. You can stand at the top though
You could
and
always
hope that you
just
can balance.
use, like wood to reinforce the insides.
Yeah, I just don't want to get like littered with cannonballs and there's like 10 holes inside on the side of the ship.
Yeah.
If we sink, we get on their ship.
Yeah, we commandeer their vessel.
We take our plaque off and we move it over to the ship.
Yeah, that's all we gotta save.
It's not stealing, we're commandeering.
Yeah, the deck of your ship is pretty solid. It's big. There's a lot of space.
Yeah, but then we'd be hunted by everyone.
I got an 8 for the exhaustion. by
No,
the
it's
way.
just a peacekeeper.
Bring it, bitch.
I'm exhausted again.
You have 2.
I got a 19
I have one.
for my exhaustion check.
We skipped
Oh,
a
you
day.
slept. Yeah, so now you have 1.
Yeah.
What's that?
19 for my exhaustion check.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try for more cannonballs now. No.
Got a 14.
8?
Is that 2 or 3? 1?
14's 1.
No, no, that's
One.
no progress. Never mind.
Okay.
Is it another new day?
But I'm not exhausted, so I'm gonna try again.
We don't want to sink the peacekeeper or the what do you call it?
Take it.
Yeah.
No, we're taking take. It's gonna be the taken.
So we could like fashion some like sharp, huge pieces on the front and like ram it. Like,
Dude,
We're
fight.
spearing the fucking...
Bangalore!
I just said that to Jerry like 5 seconds ago.
And I said
That's a
it,
good
replace
idea.
it with an explosive
I'm
charge.
just saying, if we fucking...
Okay.
We
now
double
I've taken my
harpoon the
first point of
front,
exhaustion,
okay?
But I'm still gonna try for
Somebody knew
try to
carpentry.
make more cannonballs.
We can make trebuchets.
I wish I would have went and grabbed a book for
22.
carpentry.
That's enough to make it.
Or
Just roll your D4.
you grabbed the
and
right
that's all
book.
you got.
What you wanted to do.
3.
Yeah, I
So
wanted to
9
do carpentry.
of iron. But you've got 3
I'm
more
just saying,
cannonballs.
we make 2 fucking harpoons on the front,
Launch
right?
vats of
We
oil at
pull
'em.
up on them, boop, boop, and then we have the spike thing on the front. Where are they going?
That's true.
I'd
We're
Saying
gonna
that,
have,
though,
we're
that
gonna
boy
have
is
so much
sinking.
fun when we do this combat.
It's gonna be great.
We might not ever do the combat. We might just make a bunch of shit for our ship.
There are those gaps going all the way along, like on the bottom of the deck.
We just
what
go
do
through
you
and
mean?
start taking out
The gaps
merchant
between the
ships.
rails.
We become pirates.
There is.
Shit's fun.
You're gonna need something to secure the cannonballs from rolling around.
No, it's just me launched from a trebuchet.
You just
You
torpedo
go,
through the
you
ship.
go you go somewhere else. You find a carpenter book. We're gonna make more cannons. We're
Okay.
making harpoons.
I was actually
We're
gonna do
making
that. I gotta go to you.
Metal spikes on the front.
Just use a crate.
I need like,
Okay.
let's say 50 gold so I can go grab a carpentry book.
Are you actually going to? I was just kidding.
No, I wanted to because I'm gonna. The main reason is I want to make the homunculus
It'd
a
just
bunk
be
bed.
cheaper to hire a carpenter.
I want
You
to
know
do
a
it
good
myself.
Yeah.
True, we know.
Hey, we
Simon.
got the homie.
He's in the keep.
He is in the keep.
We have
Going to
to
the keep.
We still have to
Actually,
pay
he went to
him.
Brunswick.
Going to
Let's-
Brunswick.
Let's
Yeah,
move
you
this
would-
guy into our house.
We have to
We
pay
gotta
him.
pay him.
We gotta pay him for the forge. Let's not go get him.
Oh yeah, so we didn't pay him for the
Let's
floor.
keep going to
I don't know.
Brunswick.
How
It's like
much
3K.
I'm serious.
Is it? It's 3K.
Pretty sure.
I
Pretty
would-
sure that's what he said.
I'm good. We don't need to pay that guy.
Yeah, we'll just talk. We just
Don't
talk
pay
to
him.
only the carpenter. We
Hey,
don't talk
fucker.
to that guy.
Like, sorry, keeper discount. We're not paying.
That's not a discount.
Force Leland into doing it. We don't have to pay him.
Yep. He just wants to be outside.
I'm not okay with that.
No, he probably.
Oh.
I don't trust him.
It's gonna booby trap our ship.
On
I
horse.
still say we should kill
On a
him.
horse, it's probably gonna take you like a week to get to
What?
Brunswick.
He's given us so much info.
Yeah.
We just tie him up in the bow of the ship, dude. He could be our
What?
What the fuck?
What
is
the
going
thing's called again?
on?
fucking thing on the
Is it
front of the
figurehead?
boat.
First
Mast,
prisoner?
Figurehead.
Yes, yeah, that he could be our
Jesus.
figurehead. We could
The
just tie him to the
Vikings
boat.
used to do that.
I know.
That'll work really well with the Viking campaign, Billy.
There we go.
Somebody
Save it
fucks
for the-
up, they're becoming
save
the
it for the
figurehead
next
for a day.
campaign, pal. But a spike we could probably do on the front.
I'm telling you, a little packet of gunpowder inside of the spike, and you ram it
What are
with a priming charge.
You know what's
blows
gonna be
up the
really
front of
sad?
our ship.
When we go
Not on
through
a
all
long
of this,
stick. We just pop a
we
hole
go
through
through
it.
all of this, and then we just end up on their ship fighting them in normal
Instantly.
combat.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I'd imagine some of you will be on this side.
Yeah. Firing cannons.
at our teammates, cause fuck them.
Yeah. Fuck.
Wow.
I'm
just take their ship
assuming none of
and we
us are
have two
proficient
ships.
in repeating cannon.
I am.
You.
I'm not. Actually.
I just have to be able to hold it from recoil. So
Do a
Just
surprise attack on the ship.
I think
Get
even
the harpoon
people-
thing at on the top, like at the crow's nest or whatever. Shoot the rope down onto their ship and
and
repel
then we
down.
just
Slide down.
Da da dun dun da dun dun da
You
da
think we
da.
could tie a rope to a cannonball, and then shoot
No.
a fucking cannonball?
we could put
It
you in
hits
the
their
cannon
ship.
with a rope and just launch you across.
Genius,
Yeah.
genius.
They're gonna be like, wait a minute, Ander?
Like, nope, that's not me.
No, I don't know who that is.
I'm Dan.
I'm Dan the Mechanic Man.
Dan the mechanic
watch
man.
out.
I might just start using that anyways.
That's what we call the guy at my work.
Is
His
it
name's
really?
Dan. He's the mechanic. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
All right, you guys did all of your stuff for this day, correct?
Yep.
All right.
Next day.
18th.
Welcome to crafting.
Okay, we're gonna do this one at a time, so I can keep up with all of it for the day.
Connor
What are you
goes
doing?
first. Wait, Connor goes first.
No,
I
he can
am
go
going
first.
to-
Connor goes
Okay,
first.
so
You
you're
can go
going to
first.
Brunswick.
Connor, go
Con-
ahead.
Connor's
Are you
turn.
telling anybody? Or
You gonna
just
go
leaving?
fight like
Okay.
an astral guy?
Today?
No, yeah, today.
No.
Today's the day.
He doesn't even have a coin. He can't do it anyway.
That's where I was going.
25.
He told me when he got
25.
back.
Success.
2 more.
Nice.
I'm not here.
14 days.
Alright.
Once you get through 7 days, I'll be back.
We'll have one in
You're on
7
day.
days.
20,
So it's a week on horse?
18.
To get there. So
Okay,
you're a week back.
It's gonna be a little less because the house was closer, does it?
Yeah.
Whenever the 25th is.
I'm gonna try and
It's a new
finish
day.
up the first part of the frame.
I can choose.
So I'll do training for the day and then crafting for the day.
Okay.
Training is 98. So
Nice.
4 points.
Yeah, I can do mine
65. And then the crafting for the day. Let's see if I can make anything. 61, I think. I don't know, my eyesight's poor.
So yes, you can.
Okay. And then D20s with enhance ability. Try and craft the rest of the brace. 24.
4 points or 3 points. Sorry.
3 points, okay. I'm at 7 now. And then I'm gonna go again.
Con save.
Oh no, why do I always roll them so far away? That's 8, so I have a point of exhaustion.
Straight roll.
13. Wait, strength, right?
Yeah.
15.
That's 2 points.
Okay. I'm at 9, so I'll probably have to finish it. I'll try again, why not?
All right. DC
9.
15 for the
Kind
con
of
save.
roughly where the Howling Pond is, right?
Correct.
Oh, natural 20 on the con save, so that's good.
You told us that already. Like I thought we learned new info that we didn't
And
know.
19 for the check.
It's kind of just
was,
finishing,
really.
right?
He
Alright,
said
yep.
he was
So
like, it's
roll,
about the
those
size
are
of
for
the
the.
Yeah, the
I think he also
braces,
said that
just
it
roll a
lifted
D4
out of
and
the
then
ground
roll for however many
somewhere
games.
Near
by
the
there.
Howling
Okay.
Yeah,
Like
so
enough
math
braces
adds
for
up.
that.
I'm gonna guess the
Roll it
Howling
again
Pond
for later.
is where it came from. Good
3.
guess?
3. Okay. So you'll have 3 braces
Fair
for
guess.
all 3
Alright,
cannons.
cool.
Alright.
79 for training.
Okay, so you get 3 points.
I'm gonna go and once I finish them, I'm just gonna try and find good spots on the ship and kind of secure them.
Oh, I'm sorry, you
Okay.
get 4 points.
Oh,
Avatar, right?
finishes it. 50.
Okay. I didn't want to fuck
So now
up.
you're
I'm like,
considered skilled.
they're all
Sweet
meshed
fishing,
together. I
but
could have been Naruto
skilled.
for all
Like
I
when
knew,
you make
honestly.
Checks with tools.
Okay. So, I
had
guess
to make
before
sure
I
I
leave, I'll
remembered
do some
correctly.
crafting.
Okay, you have to spend at least 2 hours. If you spend at least 2 hours, you make 1 check at disadvantage. Spending 4 hours, you make 1 check. And then spending 8, you make number of checks equal to your con.
I'll
So if
go
you
to-
spend 8 hours, that's you pretty much getting rid of a day of travel.
Okay, we'll get rid of a day of travel.
Okay.
I'll just do this because I want to get one of them done. So I can do it 5 times.
half your
Half.
constitution.
Oh.
So it's
Two.
2.
2.
So make the percentage roll.
Okay.
Need anywhere from 0 to 70 now that you're skilled.
70.
Alright, go ahead and roll a d20. This is
15.
d20 plus your dex.
15.
Alright, 15. Okay, that is 2 points.
I'm
And you make
switching.
another-
I'm switching up to the other smaller one that I had on here.
You're doing it on the other one now?
Yeah. That one.
Okay, because this one got trashed because
Yeah,
you
yeah.
lost all progress.
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
That one will be 7 again.
7. Okay. Natural 1.
Oof. That's not good. All progress is lost and half the materials are destroyed. So you just lose you split the wood in half while you're trying to get it. Just
Alright, I got this.
Man,
you're very, very large. You're very, very large hands. You're like Gorak now. We're not meant for
Golden
wood carving,
brash.
but with hope you can do it because you saw Gorak do it at one point.
It's true.
Hey, I did one. All
This
right.
is art. Now
Am I
it's
up?
art.
Yes. What do you do first?
First book.
Okay.
He. Oh wait, it's 89. Holy shit.
good.
Pog.
It's,
4 points.
4 points. Yeah.
Now the kin.
Okay.
Got this.
Percentage roll anywhere from 0 to 90.
You, do,
40.
40. Okay.
you have an enhanced ability as well.
Pog. Didn't really do much.
Okay.
Because I suck.
You know.
It's not a you thing, it's a me thing, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
16?
16. 1 point. Or no, sorry, 2 points.
There you go. Started with 2 points
Holy
out of 30.
This is going way slower than the last time. I don't. Oh, it's just. Okay. I'll try the exhaustion. Why not? Oh, 10.
Success.
Not exhausted.
There you go.
That's crazy.
There you go.
27.
3 points.
There you go. Up to 5.
Trying to achieve 30.
Yeah.
The barrel
Exhaustion.
hasn't been made for it yet.
Fuck it.
Okay. 15.
Yeah, that's right.
20.
That's right.
Good boy.
Hey! I'm making everything right now.
I don't know. You're gonna
25.
have to wait till tomorrow for
3
you to make
points.
the barrel. Boot.
20. No fear. I'm getting it right here. 5?
Even then, it's still 1 point.
Dude.
Exhausted. It's at disadvantage, so straight roll.
Oh, I did have a luck. You're right. I'm gonna walk this then. Why not?
There you go.
Fucking stupid. Shouldn't have done that. 19.
2 points.
Halfway there. A little less than half.
And Moldrak is able to contribute 10 points towards it by creating the barrel.
Yeah, I'll do that tomorrow.
So when you get to
I was finishing up the braces.
so when you get to 20,
I'm getting a
you
shit
can't
ton
really
more
do anything
done,
more
honestly.
on your end. All right.
Three more times?
Crafting away,
Not
getting
worth
stuff
Yeah,
done,
crafting
being
simulator.
prepared, prepping. Oh, seriously though, like this is
Yeah.
gonna help you guys out.
I
by,
hope so.
by doing this because
Or it could be
It'll have
completely
some form of
useless.
offense.
One of the two.
Before I leave,
At least you guys are gaining
I'm
proficiency
gonna
and
grab a
stuff.
little
That's true. Skilling. We're skilling.
figurine.
We're skilling up.
I'm gonna go into
Thanks,
Andrew's
Stanley,
room.
mostly.
I'm gonna put it on like his nightstand.
okay.
No, I got it.
Now you're standing at the portables.
Yeah. checking the chat every so often so I can change worlds and go find
Alrighty.
one.
So after that should be good.
Want to go mining? Go two-tick mining? I bring a Harlander and a pestle and mortar with me when I go mining.
All right.
Next day.
Next day.
I don't know.
But with this, as you are going to sleep,
Uh-oh.
you see, like you
Don't
kind of
kill
like
me.
lay
Not
on your
right
bed, Get your head like this, you're starting to stretch, your eyes close, you just pass out, like hard. And then you wake up in the morning, kind of reach your hand over like towards the end table and actually like knock something over by accident. And then you like reach and look up and grab it and pick it up and pull it towards you. And it's a little Ander figurine. And then you flip it over to the bottom and there's like a little ace of spades on the bottom. It's like made out of like oak wood. It looks pretty good. You can see your hat with the feather.
Oh, that's why you did the small one first. Okay. No, I'm just kidding.
But it's
You
also
see your hat with a feather. You have like your jacket on. It's not like super detailed, but it's obvious that it's you. You got like your mask up as well.
it's also coated in poison. Make a Constitution.
Surprise.
Is it on like a little circular base or?
Oh,
is
it's
it...
like
Made him a mini.
it's on a base.
We're playing D&D,
Yeah,
guys.
it's like a little. It looks almost like a mini. Yeah, it's about that tall.
3D printed it.
Saying. Oh,
True. Kinda.
Surprise! Skip's actually trying to make a D&D game, so he's making all the
We
minis.
turned Skip into a 3D printer.
It could be Skip's one shot.
Yeah, there we go.
The little jet inside his finger.
well, joke's on you. I'm gonna make a one shot in your one
Where's
shot.
the resin come
my
out?
D&D character.
All right.
Yeah.
But with where everybody's at, the stuff I have planned for you and going to the state and stuff, it'll take quite a bit of time to get through. And then getting everything prepared. So you are heading out on this day to go towards Brunswick, you said.
Building
For a
cannons.
little while. You guys will still be building cannons and such. We're going to wrap it up there, though. So you and Maris would have made your way to the Lyceum and got on your way out.
very
You would have easily just been
Polish.
let out. I don't think there's really anything there that you wanted to do or needed to do. So that way you could get a move on more towards the estate.
I got plans,
So we'll
guys.
say when we come back that the two of you are kind of just flying to find it at this point. Or walking, whatever you so choose to do. But you are making efforts to do so and go that way. But we will made a lot of progress. You guys have a good plan set, and I'm pretty sure with the next session that we do, that with what goes on with him and the individual, that we will definitely have some sort of thing that we can put into action and do. Please be sure to follow if you're not already. We are like, I think we're like 2 or 3 followers away from affiliate status, so that's pretty close there.
Drop your elbow on that fucking follow
Upon
button.
getting to 75, like I mentioned in the beginning, no matter when you're seeing this, if we take some sort of a break through D&D, we are doing a giveaway for the new adventure book. Once we hit 75 followers, so if you're following our Twitch and our Twitter, you are in for a chance to win a whole new D&D adventure book, Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden.
$40.
It looks pretty good. I looked a little more into it. There's a lot of cool shit like that they are planning on putting out in this book, and especially everything they explained in like the little description. Definitely be worth it. So please give us a follow on both Twitch and Twitter for a chance to win the book once we hit 75 followers. We're going to be doing our best to have our sessions every Sunday. I've gotten very busy with some stuff coming up, so we're on the fence of if we'll be here every week, but we'll at least try to do every other. Might stream some other games if people want to do one-shots or some other campaigns and such. But we will hopefully see you around. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for watching. Please follow.
See ya.